Stadium, Anaheim, California. Our Chicago White Sox face the California Angels. Hello again, everybody. This is Harry Caray with Jimmy Piersall. We're at Anaheim Stadium, where the White Sox will be trying to make it two in a row over the California Angels. Jimmy, we'll even discuss the pitchers, but first our national anthem.
Thank you, Harry.
So with the playing and singing of our national anthem, we're ready to play baseball. By the way, Jimmy, Oakland finally won that game this afternoon, 3-2 in 15 innings over Toronto.
You know, we were saying something about the pitchers, Harry, but tonight you got a guy 36 years old, Steve Renko, probably one of the best six-inning pitchers I've ever seen. He's 3-2 this year with a good ERA. He's 1-3 lifetime against the White Sox. Ross Baumgarten, he's been pitching real good. His last outing last Sunday, he did a job. He won 9-0, and he didn't walk anybody. And this is good for Ross, and he struck out 4. So his record now is 3-4, and he's looking for that big one tonight.
Well, I think the greatest game he ever pitched in the major leagues was last July the 2nd, right here in this same ballpark against the California Angels, when he pitched a one-hitter. Rod Carew got the only hit. That came in the 7th inning, and the White Sox won the game 1-0, so he can pitch well against his club.
He certainly can. It looks like we're going to have about 50,000, I guess. It's shirt night here, and there's a lot of people in this ballpark.
I wish Rita got a shirt. I could use one. How about you?
You look good, Terry. You really look good.
Throughout the game, please do not interfere with ball and play due to the possible effect on the outcome of the game. The Angels also ask that you do not throw any objects on the playing field or in the stands.
As you see, Renko making his 6th start. He was in 4 relief appearances. The big guy has not finished a ball game, but his ERA is good, as I said, is 3-2. His record, 2.58. Last year he was with Boston. He was 9-9. Lifetime against the White Sox, he's 1-3 and 0-1 in 1980. He was acquired from Boston with Fred Lynn for Joe Rudy and Tanana. He's been with a few ball clubs. He's with Montreal. He's also been with the Cubs, the White Sox, Oakland, and Boston. His lifetime record, he has won 109 and lost 125 with a pretty good ERA of 3.97. He'll throw over the top, mostly sliders and sinkers. And he's got to keep the ball down to be effective. And we're going to see a better ball game tonight than we saw last night, Harry. They promised me.
Well, I just hope it ends the same way. I don't care whether it's good or bad, just so the right guys win. And it doesn't matter whether you win 9-5 in a sloppy game, and usually the sloppier they are, the more exciting. Than win 1-0 in a pitching masterpiece that puts everybody to sleep if you lose it 1-0. So winning is the important column in this game. Here we go with Ron LaFleur leading it off, hitting .215. No homers, 10 RBIs. He had 1 out of 5 last night. Renko's first pitch is on the way, and it's high. Buzzy Bavasi, the executive vice president, general manager of the California Angels, is upset because they're getting the ball game here, getting our telecast here. But that's the power of the station.
Satellite is breathing in, and they had the same problem in Texas. We have nothing to do with it. I can't. What am I going to tell them?
Here's the pitch to LaFleur, and it's in there for a strike call. 2 balls and a strike. LaFleur, third in the American League in stolen bases, now with 12, and coming strong. The delivery by Renko, lined in the left center field. A base hit and may go for extra bases. He's around first. He's going to try it. He is safe with a double.
Harry, you know, Lynn is playing with a bad leg, and last night he had the same problem. That ball was not hit that far away from him. Here you'll see a sinker that he rips. And now watch Lynn. He goes to his right. He comes up with the ball, but he throws it way off line as LaFleur is really hustling. The throw is towards the right field side and not a chance to get him. So good base running by LaFleur.
So that's a way to start a ball game. LaFleur doubling into left center with daring base running, making a double out of what most guys have been happy to get a single on. Now here is Squires. Renko's pitch. Off the stretch, the delivery. He was going to bunt. The pitch was high. Ball 1.
Squires with 2 base hits and drove in a couple of runs last night.
Mike Squires hitting .307. No homers, 11 RBIs. Hey, Eddie Einhorn, the president of the White Sox, was here. Then they talked to him. They don't know anything about it.
Put it over there.
Now the pitch. Again, he shortened up the bunt. Again, the pitch was high. Ball 2.
We only have one monitor for some reason. We must run out of monitors. Now, here goes my thing. That's it.
2 balls, no strikes.
They get mad because they lost here last night.
Shortstop holding LaFleur on. He stole third last night. There's a strike over the outside corner. Come on. Too early to bunt. Let's hit the ball. 2 balls and a strike. If we had the long ball, and got a lot of runs last night, you could have bunted for 1 run 9 different times and only got a tie. You got to get the clusters.
You're not facing a guy, too, that's overpowering. If it's a Nolan Ryan or a Koufax.
There's the pitch. He bunts. The play is going to be to first base. We give up an out. LaFleur gets to third base, a sacrifice. Oh, boy. Some kind of baseball. In the first inning, we just sacrificed our .307 hitting first baseman. Here's Fisk.
How about walking Fisk last night to get to Luzinski? That may have been the all-timer, though.
I don't know. I thought we discussed it, and you could see his reasoning that Fisk is a better percentage hitter than Luzinski. He wasn't thinking in terms of home run. He was thinking of the base hit that would drive in a run, and of course Luzinski's the kind of guy that can spoil that kind of strategy.
But you got the record on the road with Luzinski on the road, and Fregosi knows what he's doing, has been outstanding. He'd already driven in about 7 runs for us.
Here's a pitch. A slider in there for a strike call. 1 strike to nothing.
Infield back at shortstop and second base. Caray almost even with the bag at first. Hobson's even with the bag at third, as you see your defensive alignment. So if he hits a ground ball anywhere, shortstop or second base, he'll drive him in.
Runner at third, 1 out. Carlton Fisk straddling the plate. Pops it up. In the foul territory, maybe out of play, and it is. That helps when he's in the hole, strike 2.
You know, Downing moves fences. I'm going to tell you, he went into that fence pretty hard. He's got the shin guards on, but Downing really goes at it. Watch him coming against that wall. He don't hesitate for a minute. Where's the ball?
2 strikes and nothing. Fisk had 1 out of 4 last night, hitting .288, 5 homers, 22 RBI. Infield playing back. We sacrificed for the run, and they're going to give it to us. They're playing their infield back.
Well, we're only in the first inning. They don't want a big inning right now.
Breaking ball outside.
Boy, Renko is 6'6".
He's won 3. He's lost 2 with a fine earned run average. 2.58.
He was with the White Sox. He won 6 and lost none.
He was traded along with Jim Essian to Oakland for a guy named Caray. Remember him? The pitch. Fouled it out of play. 2 strikes and a ball.
This is the first night we've seen fans in the football bleachers, and there are a lot of them out there. There you see it right here in right center field. Might be 50,000 here. I don't know.
A giveaway promotion night.
I said there was 40 last night. There was 27, so I hit it right on the nose.
2 strikes and a ball. Here's the pitch to Fisk. There's a high fly ball, may drop in the left center field. It may drop. A great catch is the runner tagging up and scoring after the catch. LaFleur very wisely held up at third base. They're going to appeal that he left too soon. But the third base umpire, Jim Evans, says no. LaFleur was standing on third base.
This ball's hit off the end of the bat. Clark is, I'd say he's as good an outfielder as there is in the league. This guy can really go. Watch this catch. He catches the ball before it hits the ground, and watch him get up. Watch how quick he gets up. But no way he's going to throw him out of the plate because LaFleur really motoring.
So it's 1-0 in favor of the White Sox.
Well, that was a great catch, Harry. Woo.
Now Lazinski. I like LaFleur's base runner. He didn't wander off the bag. He made sure he stayed there. If the ball dropped, he knew he could walk in. If the ball was caught, he knew that he would be legally tagged up. 1 strike to nothing. What a LaFleur. He's piling up the run scored. And he's only hitting 212.
No sense taking a chance of tagging up too soon when a guy's on the ground. You might as well make sure you tag up.
Here's Lazinski taking it outside. 2 balls and a strike. Lazinski with a great road trip, hitting .412, 7 out of 17, 4 homers and 10 RBI. He's had 2 games in which he hit 2 home runs each game. There's a pitch outside, ball 3.
Renko upset with himself because he's just missing with that slider, and that's the pitch he's got to get over. He doesn't throw it more than about 186 miles an hour.
3 balls and a strike.
Look at that big chaw at the back of it.
The pitch. A little tap and it goes foul. 3 balls, 2 strikes. White Sox fans are here from Newport Beach, California. Dan McGuire is here with the group. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ball, he walked him again, and that for Lazinski is the 25th base on ball.
Batting fifth, number 3.
But you know who's drawn the most?
Harold.
Dwight Evans of the Red Sox. He had 31. Lazinski now with 25.
Also, Evans has got 10 home runs.
So Lazinski on. Here's Harold Baines, a red-hot hitter himself. Renko's pitch, high and outside. He's hitting .682 in the last 5 games. 15 for 22.
Baines has stopped trying to hit the home run. He's hit 1 home run this year, but he's hitting more balls up the middle and in the hole between first and second like shots.
He's had 1 4-hit game already and 3 3-hit games. The pitch. Swung and missed. High fastball, bad ball.
A little bit hard to see up at that plate right now. It's not quite dark here.
In his last 3 games, Baines has been 3 out of 5 each time. That's 9 out of 15. 600 average. Swung. Missed the Scrooge, and he missed out 1.5 feet.
It was 24 degrees Celsius here today. Here you see this pitch. I think he turns it over a little bit now. Watch, the target is down and away, and that's just where he threw it. So by turning that ball over, he got Baines way out in front.
2 strikes and a ball. Outside. Bruce and Diane Frembling from Chicago's North Side are here today.
Boy, Hobson is almost playing shortstop right now. He's giving him plenty of third base.
Rick Wilson here from Blue Island, Illinois. Oh, did he make him look bad?
Change
a
up.
crafty pitcher like Renko.
Yeah, he'd make it tough on you.
1 run, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. The White Sox won, California nothing. Caray back in the ballpark. Ross Baumgarten taking his practice tosses. This copyright telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago American League Baseball Club, which has the right of approval of the announcers and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or retransmission or other use of the picture, description, and account of this game without the express written consent of the Chicago American League Baseball Club is prohibited.
Ross Baumgarten on the mound. Ross has won more games already this year than he did all last year. He had a record of 2-12, but his ERA last year was 3.44. So far this year is 3.42. Ross has gone to a good hard slider that he tries to keep down, and his fastball has been a lot quicker so far this year. He's changing speeds much better. And in his last outing against Texas, he didn't walk anybody. And that really helps him because he is not overpowering and not considered a strikeout pitcher.
Here's Rod Carew, who robbed him of a no-hit game last July the 2nd, got the only hit as Baumgarten shut him out 1-0. He's fresh off a complete game shutout in against Texas. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside. Dave Poor here from Chicago. And so's Brian McMahon and Jeff Spees, former Chicagoan, are here to pull for the White Sox. The pitch. Swung, and he missed, and the count is even.
Makes you happy, too. Ross had thrown 6 home run pitches that really hurt him up until the last game, and of course he didn't give anybody a home run. And most of them were on 2-0, 3-1 pitches.
1-1 pitch to Rod Carew, hitting .301, had 1 out of 4 last night. He was going to bump the fastball as high.
Bernazard's playing deep. I think he was going to Bernazard that time, but Morrison was charging right down his throat.
Bill Conkey, chief of police in Villa Park, is here with his son. The pitch. High fly ball, left center field, should be caught. Lemon is there, and he takes the ball with 1 hand, 1 away. That will bring up Rick Burleson, the shortstop, hitting .324. Billy and Danny Fisher, both honorary White Sox bat boys, are here tonight. Their families have moved from Chicago to Orange, California.
Ross is making his 8th start. He's completed 1 game and had that shutout. Burleson last night got a big double down the right field line in the 8th inning.
Now the pitch is in there for a strike call.
He's got a 15-game hitting streak. Not bad for a little guy, huh, Larry?
He's a tough little guy.
Yes, he is. He's surprised he made one of the few errors against us last night.
The delivery. Swung, and he missed.
You know,
strike 2.
$20 million, this club is leading the league in errors. That's got to make you think a little. 46 errors they've made so far, the California Angels.
Tom Hall and his family from Glencoe are here. 2 strikes and nothing. Pitch foul back. 2 strikes and nothing.
Burleson can hit the ball all over. You just can't play him any one place. And he also has power. He drove LaFleur back to the fence in left field last night.
Rick Burleson batting .324, 2 homers. A little pop fly in the infield, that's going to be easy. Jim Morrison is there.
That's a major league jam, Harry. You get some ice on your fingers.
Here's Disco Dan. Danny Ford. Tony Gabriel of Chicago Heights. Also from Rosen Harvey.
I'll tell you, Ford last night was up 5 times and hit a shot every time up. He had 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, but he hit the ball hard and almost got Hoyt with a line drive up the middle a couple of times.
He's hitting .277 with 8 homers. A peculiar stance. Now watch it. He's just exactly opposite from Brian Downey. Downey faces the pitcher head on. Ford faces the catcher, turns his back to the pitcher. Fastball low and outside.
Let's play name odd stances. Stan Musial.
Musial had to be the world's champ.
Gene Woodley. Vic Power. McDougal.
Yo, McDougal batted a little bit like Brian Downey.
Yeah, when he spread out more.
1 ball, no strikes. Former Chicago and Mr. and Mrs. Terry Dykes are here. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled out of play.
Did you consider Ernie Banks moving his thumb? Boy, the Cubs won this afternoon, 6-4. Russell the winner, Harry. They beat an old Cubby, Burris.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2 men around, nobody on. Now Baumgarten is set. Danny Ford, the batter. Fastball a little bit low.
I don't know if anybody saw that Los Angeles game this afternoon against Cincinnati, but they played kick away and still won 9-6.
The first 3 runs off Valenzuela, I never saw a play like that before. Nobody covered first base. The kid makes a perfect throw, and they give him the air instead of the second baseman who's supposed to be covering.
And the guy that bunted it went all the way around and scored. 3 runs on that bunt.
2 balls and a strike. There's a line shot. Base hit for Ford. Boy, is he red hot. Danny Ford singles to right. There's a group here in the right field section from Northern Illinois University in DeKalb. Pulling for the White Sox, Caray, Kathy, Cindy, and Glenn.
Boy, you know, seeing Fred Lynn comes to the plate makes me think the job that Kevin Hickey got him out coming in to relieve, and then Farmer came in to get Baylor. The middle of their batting order facing us, and we get out of that. So the bullpen did a good job.
Group here from Zion, Illinois. Here's Freddie Lynn. Dangerous left-hand batter, 1 out of 5 last night. Here's the pitch. Fastball is low.
Boy, Lynn has hurt his leg again, and he's still in the lineup. He was out a couple of days.
1 ball, no strikes. The delivery. A little bit low, ball 2. Randy and Janie Bear want to be remembered to the family back in Chicago.
The outfield straight away and plenty deep. Ford not taking too big a lead at first base. He too has had an out leg operation. They've got a lot of these million-dollar players with bad wheels.
Now the pitch. Swung and he missed. Don't laugh. We got $1 million player who's got bad wheels too. So it can happen to anybody.
No, I'm just saying they got a lot of them, but we don't have a lot of them. You got.
We only got $2 million players, and one of them's got bad legs. 2 balls and a strike. There's a line drive and a left center going deep. A run may score. Lemon can't come up with the ball. Here's the tying score. 1-1. Wild throw. Baumgarten backing up the play.
Boy,
Freddie Lynn has tied up the ball game.
Lynn's leg bothers him, you see. Watch this pitch now. It's low and away, and he goes right with it. Lemon on the run, and you'll see in a moment can't come up with this ball as Ford's rounding second. When Lemon kicks the ball now, Ford is going to score. He can't run too well, but they're going to send him anyways. And watch the relay. The relay goes over the catcher's head. They wouldn't have got him anyways. But Baumgarten backing it up saved an error, and Lynn stayed down at second base. So this game is all tied.
Here now is Don Baylor.
There was a lot of throws in that ball.
Baylor hit a tremendous home run last night. He's had 7 this year. There's a slider a little bit low and inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Chuck Kirkhoff and Larry Schimmel wanting to be remembered to the home folks. 1 ball, no strikes. Game tied 1-1. Line drive, left field. Here's a runner trying to score. Throw to the plate by LaFleur. Save!
threw up there. He threw a changeup with no motion and just lobbed it. Now watch. He can double hitch. See this pitch? Just a lob change. And he just rips it. LaFleur to his left now comes up with the ball. Lynn not running too good, is trying to hustle. The throw doesn't take off the grass. They almost get him, but he just slides with a good hook slide away from him.
You know what I wonder?
That was a terrible pitch.
What would our first inning been? LaFleur led off with a double. Squares, the left-handed batter, coming up next. He sacrificed them to third. So the most we could get was one run, and that's all we got. Now they've already got two.
Baylor, a good base stealer. He might go too. The only thing Baylor can't do is throw. The rest of the game, he's got it.
Here's Downey now, and the curveball in there, a strike called. Dave Coffey and a group here from the south side of Chicago. Sinking fastball low and outside. Evens the count, a ball and a strike.
You know what? The Angels did what they had to do. They had two runners on base that couldn't run too good, so they hit the ball deep to score them. They did just what they had to do.
Brian Downing waiting. Look at that stance. He's hitting 272. Good fastball on the outside corner. 2 strikes and a ball. Dorothy Alberts, formerly of New Lenox, Illinois, pulling for the White Sox. 2 strikes in the ball.
Boy, all this with 2 outs, Coach, huh?
Yeah. Fouled it back, and the count stays the same. Ken Kramersick, whose family's back in LaSalle, Illinois.
White Sox and Angels played a game last night, 3 hours and 32 minutes.
Fastball a little bit inside. He wanted that pitch. Al Clark, the plate umpire. See, Gary Renko of Baltimore leading the American League of Hitting now with a 365 average.
I see where DeSensei hit 2 home runs today, Coach.
They won again. Here's the pitch. Lined in the right field, a base hit. Runners at first and second as Baylor stops at second base.
Better get
That's
somebody
4 solid hits in a row.
Boy, our bullpen is very weak out there right now, as much as they've been used, so it's got to be Lamp if anybody starts to warm up. And I imagine that you have to tell Hoyt, take a couple of days off if we don't want to see you at the park.
Pat Madden from Chicago, hoping to see a victory.
Boston defeated Milwaukee 8-1. Torres won that ball game. He's now 4-2. He's won 4 in a row. Baltimore walloped Detroit 9-2. Flanagan, the winner, he's now 6-3. You know, Harry, the pitching staff for Detroit, like Rosema, Fidridge, they just never seem to make it happen. Things went all wrong. They were expecting those 2 kids to carry them.
Bobby Gretsch hitting 232, 5 homers, 19 RBIs. Harriet and Bob Funk, formerly of Elmhurst, here tonight. Fastball in the first strike call.
Baumgarten works quickly.
2-1 in favor of the Angels. Bobby Gretsch. He started to swing. Did he go around? He did. They appealed to the first base umpire, Steve Palermo.
They were 3 for 3 wrong last night. No question as you see this pitch. He goes around. He had a good rip.
Doug and Brad of our TV crew with friends in Crested Butte, Colorado. Crested Butte and Crested Butte.
B-U-T-T-E. Butte. Butte. I can't help you, Harry, because I can't read either.
2 strikes and a ball. Bobby Gretsch waiting. curve low. Ken Mackow from Round Lake, Illinois here.
Kansas City and Minnesota all tie in the 6th. Nothing. Erickson against Splittorf. Splittorf is 0-4. Erickson's 1-4.
Minnesota shut them out last night. Here's the pitch to Bobby Grich. High pop fly, short center field. Everybody chasing it. Bernazard made the catch.
Bernazard saved Lemon on that play. Lemon broke back, and I think that it's really hard right now, Harry. There's a real bad twilight I've played here, and Bernazard really saved them. Watch him. See, Lemon can't get to it. Almon can't, and a good play by the little guy.
Bernazard ran a mile for that one. It's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors, 2 men left. At the end of 1, the Angels 2, the White Sox 1. Harry Caray and Jimmy Piersall say Camp Day this year will be Sunday, June the 21st. And everybody who comes to the ballpark that day will get a White Sox cap. That's right, everybody. Whether you be old, whether you be young, whether you be male, whether you be female. The Detroit Tigers will be the opponents. And everybody coming to the ballpark will get a White Sox cap-free compliments of Coca-Cola and the White Sox. That's Sunday, June 21st at 1:15. Hope you'll be there. They're great caps. Navy blue with the Sox and white letters. Here's Lemon to lead it off. 2-1 in favor of the Angels. In there for a strike call.
Harry, I'm going to give you 2 guesses. Who is the winning pitcher for the Phillies today?
Who started?
I would like to have him in the bullpen.
McGraw?
I would like to have him in the bullpen right now.
McGraw?
Mike Proley.
Mike Proley. Here's a pitch, swung on, foul ball. Off to the left. Strike 2. Lemon, 2 out of 4 last night, hitting .302. 1 homer, 13 RBIs.
You know who's starting
Bill
to
Almon, batting 9th, has driven in 13 RBIs. Little Tony Bernazard has driven in 12. 2 strikes and nothing. The leader is Fisk with 22. He held up in time. The breaking ball was low.
The White Sox are hitting .289 as a team. The Angels .255. We've hit 21 home runs and they've hit 40.
But you hear where the Dodgers have hit something like 80 home runs already?
Hey, they got 4 today.
Lemon the batter. 2 strikes and a ball. That evens the count at 2-2. These Angels, all $22 million worth of them, will be at Comiskey Park next Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and a doubleheader Sunday. That's next week. Big weekend series. Then the Oakland A's come in. Here's the pitch. Ball 3 out of the eye. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Lemon last night had a couple of hits, drove in 2 runs. Come on, Chet, let's get going.
2-1 in favor of the Angels.
Harry, this is the club we got to beat in Oakland.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Time is called. And Renko is all set to deliver. Bernazard on deck. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball, that'll be easy. There's the peg by Hobson.
Take a look at that arm, Harry. He hasn't got much. He has to run it across the field.
1 out. Here's Bernazard. He had 1 out of 5 last night, hitting .297. Estelle Barth and family here from Skokie, Illinois.
Boy, Atlanta's come from behind. They were down 6-0, and it's now tied 6-6 in the 9th against San Diego.
Mike Slisarak is here from Downers Grove, Illinois. Bernazard takes a strike call. One strike to nothing. nobody on. There's a shot to right field, a base hit.
That was
Bernazard singles to right.
I didn't see that pitch again. That was a sinker that didn't sink. He's a high ball hitter, Bernazard. You get that ball up there and he rips it. Watch it. See, he got it up there and he ripped it.
Here's Jim Morrison hitting only .226, had 1 out of 4 last night. Jim is hitting a lot of tough luck. When he does hit the ball hard, it's right at somebody. Mike and Carol Polda. Polda here.
Morrison, since he's been with us, has been a streak hitter. He gets in a streak, boy, and he'll get 3, 2, 2, 3.
Now to throw to first, the runner back.
You know, the White Sox have stolen a base in each of the last 12 games. We've stolen 35 bases and only caught stealing 10 times. That is fabulous.
Ground ball foul down the third baseline. If it had been fair, it would have been maybe a double play because Thompson was right on the line. Tim Lewis, Dave Einstein, and the group are here from Highland Park. One on, one out. The Kowalskis are here. And the Murphys from Lawndale, California. He bunts. If it stays fair, he'll beat it out, but it goes foul. Good idea.
Morrison last year was terrific at bunts. In 15 attempts, he beat out 13, and that really kept his batting average up. Watch how he waits till the last second and puts that bat out. And it starts out fair, but as it hits the dirt part of the infield, now watch it hit that grass and bounce back off the foul line. Looked like a snake going down there, that picture.
Group of 40 from North Park, hoping to see a White Sox victory. 2 strikes and nothing. 1 out, 1 on. The pitch to Morrison. Look out. High and inside. Same 2 teams tomorrow afternoon.
Renko not overpowering. He'll show you that pitch up there and then come back with a slider outside. He's been missing quite a bit with it, and his sinker's been his best pitch so far tonight.
2-1 California. Low outside.
And
Boy, he almost chased that.
He's just missing with that slider. He's not happy with himself about that. I imagine it's a little hard to pick that slider up as tall as he is, especially if he doesn't get his arm away from his body.
It'll be a battle of left-handers tomorrow afternoon. Steve Trout for the White Sox. Geoff Zahn for the Angels. Bernazard gets back.
Renko does not have a good move. He's very slow and deliberate throwing over there. He just gives you a token toss. Downing, who doesn't throw too well, might get tested here.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. Swung on. High fly ball, easy out in left field. Bobby Clark waiting for it, and he takes it.
Bernazard had a good jump. He'd have beat that easy.
2 men are out. Here's Bill Almon hitting .326. He had 2 out of 4 last night. No homers, 13 runs batted in.
The shortstop.
St. Louis leads the Mets. They're in the bottom of the 7th, 6-2. And Houston leads San Francisco 2-0 in the 5th.
Here's Bill Almon.
Caray talking to Renko about something, maybe about holding him on a little bit more, or changing his count or something.
Tony Bernazard. He may try to steal it here. The idea being, even if he's thrown out, then you have Almon leading it off in the 3rd. And if he makes it, a base hit would tie it. He broke his contact with the rubber.
You know, a runner like Bernazard or a guy like LaFleur really gets you a fastball down the middle because he loses his concentration.
Good strike call. Fastball. 1 strike and nothing. Renko.
Harry, when people laugh like this and clap, would you tell them to let us in on it?
Bernazar to lead. Slider outside to even it up.
You stay close to Renko, you get him. He's the kind of a guy throughout his career the last 5 or 6 years. He doesn't go more than 5 or 6 innings.
1 ball, 1 strike. Bernazar to lead. They pitched out, and he's not going. He made a fake start for second, and Downing pitched out.
Well, I want to tell you, Bobby Winkles has come up with a set of signs this year that is really working, because they've been pitching out about 13 times, only once did they get anybody.
2 balls and a strike. 2 men are out.
Also, we got some hitters up there that don't take so long looking down there. They pick it up right away.
Now Renko. The pitch. High, lazy, fly ball. Those are a dime a dozen. Freddie Lynn coming in. Makes the catch.
Bernazar thought there was only 1 out.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. California 2, White Sox 1. Harry Caray back at Anaheim Stadium. Our next telecast will be Tuesday night at Oakland, when the White Sox face the Oakland A's. And that'll be a battle for first place starting Monday afternoon. 3 games. Monday afternoon, TV, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night. And don't miss the Cubs as they play Montreal tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock right here on WGN Television 9, Chicago, America's #1 sports station. Here's Bobby Clark to lead it off. Pitch is in there for a strike call.
Ross got hit awfully hard the first inning. After 2 outs, boy, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits in a row, and they were all hit right on the nose, cost him 2 runs. So let's see if he can better it now. This young man, Clark, has got good power and an outstanding outfielder. Defensively, there's not many better in this league.
Bobby Clark, right-hand batter, 0 for 1 last night. Two strikes and a ball to count now. Clark's had 1 homer, 8 RBIs. Batting .270. That evens it up, 2-2.
Clark has been in this organization since '75, and he's hit .291, .284, .316, .304, .296 with the big club, and then back down again. He had .345 last year. So
2-2 pitch. Fastball a bit low. And the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ross Baumgarten really struggling. He got the first 2 men that he faced, and he's had trouble ever since. 3-2 pitch. Walks him. Ball 4. That'll bring up Butch Hobson.
Boy, that's the first walk in 11 innings. In his last outing, he went 9 innings without giving up a walk against Texas. But overall, Baumgarten has struck out 24 and walked 18.
Runner at first, nobody out.
Boy, Harry, take a look at the arms on this guy. He is really strong.
Handsome young man, too.
Never throw him a fastball, Harry. It may not be found.
In there for a strike call. Baumgarten has thrown 6 home run balls this year. He leads the staff in that department. One strike and nothing. Oh, whoa.
Harry, who do you think leads the staff in base on balls?
Who leads the staff in base on balls? I know it's not Trout. I don't think it's Burns.
It's Dotson.
Dotson. That figures.
24.
1-1 pitch. Looped into right field. That's going to drop for a hit. Runners at first and second. Tony Bernazard made a sensational try and almost made a remarkable catch.
Watch this now. Clark can't go because it looks like Bernazard may catch this ball. Boy, he really chases these fly balls just off the end of his glove. Now, Baines is going to have to pick it up. So Clark couldn't go to third base, and there's runners at first and second now. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning, and Ross is in a whale of trouble.
Here's Ron Carew. Now here's a situation where Carew may bunt primarily with the idea of beating it out because he's such an accomplished bunter. Runners at first and second and nobody out. Rick Burleson on deck.
Boy, that little guy Bernazard really hustles.
He bunts in the air, but it's foul. Nobody can reach it. Strike one. One strike and nothing. Here's a guy who practices his bunting almost as much as he does his hitting.
You know,
He'll
Harry,
bunt 50.
there's a man on first and second now. Of course, Carew can bunt, but say a guy isn't a good bunter. Why not bunt and run, or run and bunt a lot of times to just cross these guys up that charge so much? Because if you do that, the guys are going to get anyways, and then you don't have to make the perfect bunt.
Runners at first and second, nobody out.
I was thinking about that running on the beach today, that how can you stop these guys from charging up on you so much like they do today?
Now the signal. He bunts it. A good bunt. The only play, first base, sacrifice.
Boy, Harry, he put some backup English on that ball. And Morrison had to be careful that that runner didn't steal third on him if he got up there too far. Now watch, it's a perfect bunt. And Morrison's got to really hustle on this ball because it stops. Watch it. Now he feels it, and he throws him out with a good throw.
So it's a sack. And now they have a chance of picking up 2 more runs. Already leading 2-1. Runners at second and third, 1 away. And here's Rick Burleson. Good hitter, batting .324. Popped up his first time. The infield playing back. Here you're going to concede a run for an out. Yet you play for 1 run in the very first inning. Here's a pitch, and it's high and inside.
Well, maybe they figure
figure some of the logic.
Maybe Ross's morale is better when he gets a run right away because last year he didn't get any.
1 ball, no strikes.
We need a pop-up right here.
Danny Ford on deck. The pitch. Pulled it foul.
Well, he jammed him. He also jammed him his first time up for a little pop-up to third base. And he's kind of figuring whether that bat is broke or not.
Rick Burleson, a big number 7 on the back of his uniform.
He's awful small to be making $800,000 a year.
And he's never hit 300 in his life.
What does he average, about 150 games a year?
Yeah. He's never played more than 155. There's a low fly ball. Sharp left field. LaFleur getting in position. Makes the catch. There's his throw. The runner will have to hold. LaFleur really have something on that throw.
Well, I'll tell you, LaFleur had to come a long way because he wasn't expecting him to hit the ball there. Now it's inside on him, and he just hits it off his fist. Now watch LaFleur come a long way, but you young outfielders, watch how he gets set. He's going to put his hands up high, make his stride, and throw his body moving. And Morrison almost gets a chance to tag the runner. Look at Clark getting back there in a hurry.
Here's Danny Ford.
Now that's pretty baseball. I don't care what you tell me. There's two hands, and you can't play a ball any better than he just played that ball. One hand, you can do everything wrong.
2 men are out. Runners at second and third. Danny Ford started all his trouble in the first inning with a 2-out single to right. Scored on Lynn's double to center.
You know, you talk about
Lynn scored on Baylor's base hit.
Talk about a compact swing like Lozinski. This guy's got a compact swing, Harry.
The curveball is high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Danny Ford, the hitter. He's 3 out of 5 in this series.
Ford bothered by a bad leg, too. If they could get that ball, knock it down, you can throw him out. Here you see Clark at third and Hobson at second.
A little bit outside. Ball 2. Freddie Lynn up next.
A guy like Ford likes a guy like this because he can watch the ball a little longer. He's so strong and got such a quick stroke. If you don't have overpowering stuff, he can really hurt you because with that stance, he likes mediocre speed.
2 balls, no strikes. Runners at second and third, 2 out. 2-1 in favor of the Angels. We're in the bottom of the second. Swung, and he missed that one a mile. An off-speed breaking ball, it looked like.
I think he won 2 RBIs.
2 balls and a strike. Danny Ford hitting .277. Used to be with the Twins. Now Baumgarten is ready. The pitch. High drive, right field, coming over. Baines on the run. Foul territory. Can't make the play. Oh, and he got hurt. He jammed. He's all right now. He straightens up.
He hit his neck or something, Harry.
Hit that wall hard.
Boys, he gives this a good effort. This ball's curving away from him. It's just near the fence, and he reaches out with his glove hand, and his body carries him right into the fence. See where he hits himself? Maybe that fan hit him in the neck.
He's all right. It's his right shoulder. He's circulating his arm. Dan Ford.
Boy, get this guy. This is a big out for you, Ross.
2 strikes, 2-2.
Dennis Lamp warming up in the bullpen for the White Sox.
Now Baumgarten is ready. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 men are out. Baumgarten taking a lot of time. Now the delivery. Tap right back to the mound. That's going to be an easy out. To retire the side. Ford, tap right back to Baumgarten. No runs out of all that. 1 hit. No errors. 2 left. They've stranded 4 in the first 2 innings. At the end of which the score is Angels 2, White Sox 1. Caray back from Anaheim. This is WGN Television 9, Chicago. America's #1 sports station. Here we go on the top of the third. LaFleur, who doubled and scored in the first inning. He was sacrificed to third by Squires and scored on a sacrifice fly off the bat of Fisk as Bobby Clark made a great diving catch. 2-1 California. Steve Renko, who's got a fine earned run average, 2.58 for the year. Now the pitch. Slider in there, a beauty, strike call.
Tell you one thing, he's the youngest looking 36 I've ever seen, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in shape. There's a curveball away. The count is even, a ball and a strike. Now the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 2 strikes and a ball.
Boy, they really bunch him around the right. Clark's giving him all of left field. So they're pitching him away and playing him away. There you see in your picture.
That evens a count 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll be on the air at on radio only tomorrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Struck him out swinging on a foul tip. The Downing held on to it.
You know how he hates that ball inside? There's a breaking ball that most guys will hit pretty good, but he doesn't like that ball in
First
there.
baseman,
See how it
Mike
locks him up, Harry?
Squires.
Here's Squires now, 1 out. 2-1 in favor of the Angels. Renko, who's traded away by the White Sox after he had a great season for him. Just to show you how smart I am. I had him down as my opening day pitcher in that lineup contest that Bill Beck used to have. I guess that's why he traded him. But trading him wasn't so bad, maybe. But he also traded Essian with him. There's a little left-handed pitcher named Pablo Torrealba.
Naharadny catching, Torrealba pitching, and Nordhagen in left.
The pitch. High fly ball. Lynn coming in. Easy out. Boy, Renko's doing a terrific job.
The catcher.
2 men out. Here's Chris.
Fish.
His best year, Renko, was 15-11 in '73 with Montreal. So he knows how to pitch.
He was 5-0 for the White Sox in 1977, and they traded him in the spring of '78 to Oakland. Essian is back with the White Sox. Renko still pitching. Here's a ground ball to short. Burleson has it. There's the pass. Fisk is an easy out. 1-2-3, nothing across. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-1 California. Hey, soccer fans, don't miss the excitement when Chicago Sting battle the Toronto Blizzards Wednesday night at 8:30 right here on Channel 9. There's Freddie Lynn. He doubled in the first run. All the action came with 2 out in the first inning. After Caray and Burleson had been retired, Ford looped a single in the short right. Lynn doubled to center, scoring Ford, and Baylor single to score Lynn. There's a pitch bounced on the ground. The shortstop Almon has it. There's a throw in time. 1 away. Freddie Lynn bounces to the shortstop, Bill Almon.
The designated hitter, Don Baylor.
Boy, Lynn is really limping badly, Harry. Look at him going off the field.
1 man out.
You know, they say some of these guys get money, they won't play. Well, there's a guy that showed him he's playing with a lot of pain.
Baylor with 25 runs batted in now, 7 homers. He's hitting only 154. There's a good shot from the center field camera. What was wrong with that pitch?
There's Fregosi.
There's Jim Fregosi, manager of the Angels.
Looks like he belongs in the Untouchables.
Low again, ball 2.
Every time I see Jim like that, it reminds me of the first time I played against him. In the first game he played in the big leagues, we're in Cleveland, and he hit a double. I hit a double, and I rounded the bag, and he was faking me, and I hollered right in his ears, "Get out of here!" And he jumped 4 feet.
There's a long drive, might be out of here. Way back is LaFleur. And he makes a leaping catch, robbing Baylor of a home run. Did you see how Baylor, how LaFleur played it? He got to the wall and then waited and then timed his leap perfectly.
This is a towering drive. Now watch LaFleur go right to the wall, you young outfitters. He gets to the wall first, and he knows where he is. See him touch it? Now watch him. He's going to jump high in the air, and as Harry said, he took a home run away from him.
Great play.
Boy, there's the secret to making that play. It looks easy after you make it, but if you don't get there and know where you are and you get too close to the wall, you can start up and stop yourself by hitting your shoulders.
So 2 men are away, and here's Brian Downing. He singled to right his first time. Boy, that Baylor hit that ball a mile high. Fastball to Downing is low. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Downing with 4 homers, 15 RBIs. High fastball, ball 2. Bobby Grich on deck.
You know, not only does he open up, but when he goes to swing, he cocks his whole body. Watch his front foot cock. Now watch him cock. You wonder how he get that ball inside. Watch him cock everything.
Strike at the knee. 2 balls and a strike.
No matter how you stand up there, Harry, as long as you get hits, they don't care.
Bangs, and he fouls it back. Boy, and he swings that bat hard, too. And the way he cocks that bat behind his head.
Here you see his stance. Now watch the left foot, the cock, and the swing. Boy, he is just powerful. He swings hard all the time.
You wouldn't think he could get the bat around on the good mustard, but he does, I guess.
Well, I think also, Harry, he's a guess hitter, which means that he sort of knows what's coming.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 3.
But right now, when the count is 2 strikes on him, he's more or less flicking the bat. He's not really swinging with his shoulders.
3-2 is the count. Lost Baumgarten. Here's the payoff. Missed with a curve inside.
Ross, in the first 3 innings, has pitched the ball game. He has been in trouble all the time. Last inning, he really pitched out of a jam with runners on second and third. With 1 out, he got Burleson on a fly ball to left, and no runner couldn't score. And then he got Dan Ford with a slow roller back to the mound. But each time he had counts of 2-2, 3-2.
Here's Bobby Grich now. He's hit 5 homers this year. He hits that long ball. Puts a little bit low.
Baumgarten very unhappy with that call. Really can't figure it out now. Is really furious as he walks back towards center field, and the bench is getting all over Clark. Here you see it now. Let's see what we think of it. A little low.
A little low. Bobby Grich has hit 30 homers in 1 season. He did that for the Angels in '79. Last year he had 14.
It's a lot of home runs to right center field. Good power that way.
Swings and he misses. And that evens it up, a ball and a strike. 2 men out, a runner at first. Ball game in the bottom of the 3rd. 2-1 in favor of the Angels. Lazinski will be leading off the 4th.
Temperature here today was around 83 degrees.
Beautiful day. 1-1 delivery. High, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. California Angels as a team are batting .255. Now Baumgarten is ready. The outfield plays deep everywhere. Way high. Ball 3.
Ross took something off that ball, but you know what he's doing right now? He's trying to throw harder, and by doing that, he's standing up straight. He's not really extending his back. Moving that ball a little longer.
He had 2 out and nobody on when he ran into the 2-run trouble in the first. Now with 2 out, he's walked Downing. And he's got a 3-1 count on Bobby Grich, who's a pretty good cripple shooter. So he's primarily a fastball hitter. Walked it. This is not one of his better nights.
That's 3 base on balls for him tonight.
He has now walked 20 men this year,
Bobby Clark.
while striking out 24.
They tell me, Harry, the ball carries better since they put these football bleachers in all the way around. They've closed in this whole ballpark.
There's Bobby Clark. He walked his first time up, hitting .270 for the year. All this started with 2 outs, successive walks to to Downing and Clark. Or rather, to Downing and Gritch. And now Clark is up there, first pitch high.
Let's show Clark how he sits on that back foot. A lot of guys say you should hit off your back foot. Well, Clark really hits off it. He lays right on it.
1 ball, no strikes. Fouled it back, and he had a good rip of the fastball. That evens it up at a ball and a strike. Ross doesn't seem to be fooling anybody.
Here you are. See him right on that back foot. And then he shifts his body right into the ball. He had a good rip at that ball. What he tries to do is hopes that it'll keep him from lunging by laying on that back foot. Some guys hit off their front foot.
2 men out, 2 men on. Fouled it out of play. That was a changeup. A high changeup, too.
I really don't like it, Harry. It looks to me like he's just saying, here, hit it.
2 strikes on the ball. 2 on, 2 out.
He threw it to Baylor, and Baylor hit a shot in the left center. He's not getting that slider over like he's been the last 2 outings. He's just missing inside, but he's got to get it over now. Get this guy out of here.
2 strikes on the ball. Runners at first and second. The pitch. Struck him out. Fastball at the knees over the inside corner. And Bobby Clark is arguing about that one. He's still standing at home plate. Al Clark walks away from him. And Clark puts the bat away now. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left. This is Harry Caray going over to the radio. The score here at the end of 3, the Angels 2, the White Sox 1.
Hello again, everybody. Joe McConnell along with Jimmy Piersall here at Anaheim as we go to the 4th inning. Lazinski to lead it off. High ball 1. Greg, of course, the hero last night. 2 homers, 4 runs knocked in, including the big 3-run blast that broke it open in the 9th inning. He walked off Renko in the 1st inning tonight. Angels leading 2-1. Outside with a slider, and it's ball 2 now.
You know, you talk about his home runs. You know, he leads the club in runs scored. You know, for a guy that strikes out as much as he does, but he also walks as much as he strikes out, he's been scoring runs.
Well, he is 5th in on-base percentage, Jimmy, and he picked up his 25th walk first time up tonight. He fouls that one back, 2-1 to count. The Angels have out-hit the White Sox 5-2 through the first 3 innings tonight. Ross Baumgarten has been shaky in each inning. And he was given a lot of help on 2 plays by LaFleur. One, a strong throw from left. They did not challenge his arm, but he threw a beauty into the 3rd baseman, Jimmy Morrison. And then in the 3rd, he robbed Baylor of a home run. Renko delivers. High ball 3, 3-1.
He also got help from Mr. Clark on that last pitch. We replayed it. He took so long to call it, you got to believe that Fisk must have brought it up a little.
Ross has been struggling tonight. He's been pitching from behind most of the time. Now Renko, 3-1 behind. Lazinski delivers. Low ball 4, and the Bull is on with his 2nd straight walk and his 26th of the year. That moves him up to 3rd place in the American League and the number of walks received.
Right fielder.
Baines coming up now, looking down for a sign, and Winkle's going through a lot of different signs, and I got to believe his sign is hit it out of here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, hit a home run. That's the best sign I can think of.
He hasn't
right
hit
now.
one in a long time, and but I'd rather see him hit like he's hitting now than not go for home runs, because he's really swinging a hot bat.
Of his 15 hits and 23 at-bats, there's been only 1 double. The rest have all been singles. Outside, ball 1.
Well, he struck him out with stuff away from him last time. In fact, when anybody strikes Baines out, it's always out away from him. But then he'll come back and look for it and hit it in the left field.
It looks like Renko, when Baines came up the first time, turned a couple of pitches over.
Yes.
There's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1.
You know, when you don't throw hard like Renko does, you have a tendency to be able to nibble at those corners and get strikes out there. So then the hitter's got to move up a little bit or do something to offset that. You can't let him get away with that all the time.
Bouncing ball to Caray, foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Harold Baines. Lazinski on at first, representing the tying run. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning.
Boy, Minnesota, Kansas City are in the 10th. No score. Erickson and Splittorff are still pitching in that ball game, and with their records, they sure would like to get a win. Splittorff's 0-4, and Erickson's 1-4.
Well, the Twins haven't given up a run now in 18 innings since Billy Gardner took over. They got a shutout from Kuzman last night. The Royals are only 3 out of 14 at home, Jimmy. Outside, ball 2 and strike 2 to Baines.
You think that Billy Gardner knew something Johnny Gorel didn't know and wouldn't tell him?
Well, I'll tell you something about the Gorel-Gardner situation. Gorel, the only reason he agreed to take over the ball club in the first place last year, he didn't particularly want to manage, but he had Calvin Griffith's assurances that if things didn't work out, that they would retain him as a coach. Swing and a miss. He struck Baines out for the second time. That was an off-speed pitch.
Well, let's see that again. He turned over a fastball and took a lot off it with a lot of motion. Watch the motion over the top, and he turns it over and he chases a real bad pitch.
Well, that was a heck of a sinker.
Not many guys can take off on that pitch and make it do what he did. Usually you throw it hard, but he really got that ball to fall off the table.
3 strikeouts for Renko. Twice he has fanned Baines. Here's Chet Lemon, who bounced to third his first time up. So anyway, I'm anxious to see if Gorel went back to coaching at third base. Gardner was their third base coach, and they moved him up as manager yesterday. Swing and a miss, a late cut by Chet. It looked like he was going to take the pitch and then waved at it.
It's very awkward, though, you know, when a guy replaces a guy.
Well, Gorel, all he wanted was time in. Yeah. Time in the big leagues. He did not have a lot of time in as a player. He's had a couple of years as a coach. And he didn't really particularly want to manage, so I don't think it would be much of a problem with Gorel. They more or less handed it to him last year and said, go with it.
Come on, Chet.
Strike 2 call. High inside corner, and Chet is really
Clark is terrible back at that plate. Punch a hole in the mask so you can see.
Well, Chet's really giving it to Al Clark.
Boy, I don't blame him either. Watch where this pitch is. Look where this pitch is. That is really brutal.
Yeah.
God almighty. Look at this. You know what the trouble with him is? I think he's too fat to work. Any umpire that comes to the ballpark with 50,000 people that fat and is in athletics is really a disgrace to the game.
2 strikes the count. Chet in a big hole now. 1 on, 1 out. We're in the 4th. There's Luzinski taking his lead at first. Inside, turned him away. A ball and 2 strikes, and that pitch was closer than the other one.
Well, I'll tell you, he called out Clark on a pitch that was really low, and Clark, a nice guy, never said anything. I'd have got my message over to him before I left the plate.
The 1-2 pitch. Blown outside into the dirt. Nice save by Downing. Ball 2 and strike 2. You know who Renko used to hand the ball off to in college?
Who?
Remember number 40?
I'm not sure. I never read up on his college.
He was a quarterback at the University of Kansas.
Who did he hand off to?
The Kansas Comet, Gale Sayers.
Oh, my.
Pretty fair running back.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
That's why you never heard of Renko as a football player.
I still enjoy watching him run down the street, Gale Sayers. You watch him.
Yeah, runs that cat.
He runs that cat down the street. Well, I tell you, old Gale can still fly.
The 2-2 pitch, he struck him out on a sinker low and away. And that's 2 strikeouts in a row for Renko, but I think he's been given some help with the home plate umpire, and our guys are fishing a little bit.
Well, what happens now, when a guy starts calling pitches as bad as he's calling, you start chasing anything because you don't know where the strike zone is. His strike zone is so inconsistent that it's really making the hitter swing a lot of bad pitches, and it'll happen for both teams. But one thing about him, he is bad for both sides.
Here's Bernazard. Tony hit a change-up into right field for a base hit his first time up tonight. He's 2 for 6 in the series. Luzinski with a leadoff walk, still stationed at first now that Baines and Lemon have struck out. Tony's averaged back over the 300 mark. A ball a little bit high, ball 1.
Bernazard hit a pitch like that for a line shot his first time up. He likes the ball up left-handed, Bernazard.
2-1, the Angels are leading. We're here in the 4th inning. All the runs scored in the first inning, although Ross has been in a jam in each inning. There's a drive to right field, another rope for Bernazard. His second straight hit. Luzinski rounds second and hangs on there. That's hit number 3 for the White Sox. And now, with 2 on and 2 out, that'll bring up Jimmy Morrison, who hit one deep to left that was hauled in by Clark, the left fielder, his first time up.
If old Jim was ever due, he's due right now. Yep. He has not been hitting the ball well at all.
I said on the radio side, his only home run this year was the second day of the season, a Sunday ball game at Fenway, and he is really due to jack one out.
I don't want him to jack one out. I want him to hit one between first and second. But he's got to hit it quite a bit piece now with Luzinski on second base. He can't run too well, so it's going to take 2 singles to get Luzinski home.
Morrison now just 4 hits and 30 at-bats in this current slump. He's hit 4 homers in his career against this ball club. A curveball and a beauty, a called strike 1.
You know, he's flinching up there. You know, there's a pitch. He didn't take it good even. He looked to me like he was, maybe I should swing or maybe I shouldn't. And he bent his knees, and he is not throwing that left hand into the ball. He's hitting everything with his right hand. Even though he hit that ball fairly decent to left, if he got good left hand into it, he'd have hit it out of here.
0-1 the count. Just missed. Boy, that looks like a pretty good pitch. Ball 1 and strike 1. Maybe a little bit high.
Hobson is guarding the line at third. There's no way Jim can hit it by him. He is right on top of it.
Well, I don't know. I saw Say camped on the line in that game at Cincinnati today, and
got to hop off the AstroTurf, though.
Ripped it right through him. Dodgers won that ball game when they got 2 runs walked in for him in the 10th inning. Blowing away. Ball 2 and strike 1, and it looks like Renko's struggling a bit now.
You know, I believe Lasorda when he said after that game today that they played so bad today. They played worse than both clubs we watched last night play. That there's a Dodger in the sky. There's no way they should have won that game.
Well,
they had 3 errors,
Valenzuela
5 missed plays by not knowing where to throw the ball. Nobody covered first on a bunt. One guy went to second on another bunt when he shouldn't have gone to second.
He's leading a charmed life. Jay Johnstone hit one out, a pinch homer to tie it. Otherwise, Fernando would have lost his 2nd straight ball game. And then, of course, the Dodgers won it with 4 in the 10th, and they now have a 6.5 game lead. Things are going well. Morrison rips one foul down the left side. 2-2 the count.
When things are bad, you get a pitch high, but you just pull it foul. He went off the end of the bat like they did for a bloop.
Well, he got one like that last night for his only hit, a double.
You know, in right center or in right field, both of those outfielders, Ford and Lynn, are favoring their legs. So we might be able to do something if they can just hit the ball down the line or in the gap. But that kid in left field, he can catch him. Clark.
He hit it in the gap to the 386 mark in right center. Both runs would score the way they're playing him. High, ball 3 and strike 2. I don't know what he's doing jumping up like that.
He's so unsure of himself that he's trying to jump to make sure it's a ball. I don't know what he's doing, but he's really jumping around up there. He looks like he's got a fly swatter.
There's Billy Almon on deck. 3-2 now to Morrison. The runners will be going because there are 2 outs here in the 4th. That'll give the White Sox a chance if Morrison can dump one in.
Morrison, any ball down, if I'm hitting right now, I'm saying I'm swinging because he has called all his pitches that are bad, Clark, down.
I think you got to be careful of Renko. He's got a pretty good sinker and slider, and he'll throw that ball low and away. No way to hit that pitch. Here's the payoff pitch. The runners are moving, and it's high and inside. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. That's the 3rd walk-off Renko, 2 in this inning. Over the last few years, for the A's and the Red Sox, he's been primarily about a 6-inning pitcher.
That's right. You stay close to him, you get him. And their bullpen's a little bit short right now, too. They used a few guys last night.
Well, Hassler, who'd really been in a string for them, gave up 4 runs on 4 hits in the 9th inning last night.
Tom Morgan, the pitching coach for the Angels, coming out now to talk to Renko.
Well, the Sox have a chance now. Almon, who was the 7th leading hitter in the league at 326 coming in tonight with a 6-game hitting string. He flied to center his first time up, and he'll bat now with 2 out and the bases loaded.
Joe, Jesse Jefferson warming up in the bullpen. I've heard that name before.
Well, he's been with the White Sox. He's been with Baltimore. He's been around Toronto.
He's got his trophy room with a lot of uniforms.
Do you know that he started the 2nd game of the year for the Angels? That's how chewed up their pitching staff was at the start of the year. But what an addition Ken Forsch has been to this ball club, although we beat him last night.
I don't really think Ken Forsch, when the league gets a little bit of his action, are going to hit him because he is not overpowering and he has to be pinpoint.
The pitching is the mammoth question mark here in Southern California as far as the Angels are concerned. All right, here's Almon, bases loaded, 2 out. We're in the 4th. Sox have a chance to get back in it.
Ooh.
Almost hit him. A fastball, high and tight, ball 1.
Renko doing something now that he can't do, and that's reach back and try to throw at 90. He's got to fool around with about 85 and turn it over, and that's what he was doing for quite a while, but he looks to me like he's pressing a little bit.
Ball 1 to Almon. There's a base hit to left field. Lazinski scores the tying run, and here comes the lead run in the first of Bernazard. Now they got Morrison hung up. A throw back to second, and he is out.
Boy, what stupid base running. Morrison just put his head down. Clark never threw it home. He just threw it to third base, and Morrison was halfway to third. I can't believe the way we run those bases. Watch this now. This ball is really hit hard. There was no way he was going to throw out Bernazard. So watch Clark. He just feels the ball, and he throws to third base easily as Bernazard scores. Morrison halfway to third now, can't nowhere near get back to the bag.
Well, that retires the side, but the White Sox come up with the tying and lead runs. 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 1 man left. Sox take the lead now after 3.5, 3-2. Butch Hobson will lead it off in the Angel half of the 4th inning. Don't forget these same 2 ball clubs, the Angels and the White Sox, will play in Chicago at Comiskey Park Friday night. This coming Friday, May 29th, continuing through Saturday afternoon, and a big doubleheader on Sunday starting at 12:15. Good seats are still available. Call now for tickets and information. Call 924-1000. And those of you who have Visa or MasterCharge customers can call Dial Sox. There's a base hit to left for Hobson on the first pitch. That call Sox number is 225-5769. It's open 24 hours a day for your convenience. So Hobson, who singled in a little pop fly in the 2nd inning, leads off with a base hit to left here in the 4th inning, and the tying run is on base right away. Angels have out hit us 6-4, but the White Sox on Almon's 2-run single, they've regained the lead here 3-2 in the 4th inning.
You know, when you're playing a team like the Angels with great hitters all the way up and down their lineup, you cannot make mental errors. You can't take yourself out. You know, you cease to get mad. Now you start to cry. It's so pitiful to watch some of our guys run the bases.
Here's Carew. He is flied to center and sacrificed. He's 0 for 1. He has an 8-game hitting string. Fouls it back, 0-1.
Carew very seldom hits into a double play. If he does, it has to be a one-hopper right at somebody.
Well, what a year Almon's having. He's extended his hitting string to 7 now. Those 2 RBIs give him 15 on the year. He just keeps delivering. Big hit for Almon here tonight. He now has 3 hits in the series.
You know, he hits first or last, and he does the job in both places.
Strike 1 to count to Carew. They play him around to the left in the infield and the outfield. Morrison up at third. There's a bouncing ball to Bernazard. He goes to second for 1. On to first. Not in time, but a very close call at first base. Squires thought they had him. And quite frankly, I thought they did too.
Boy, Bernazard got a tough hop at the last moment. As I said before, you got in a one-hopper. This ball was low to the ground. Now watch Bernazard make his pivot. And as he does, he throws it outside, and a good throw by Almon almost gets him. Well, let's see. Well, you can't tell by that.
Oh, I'll tell you, that was a bang-bang play.
If I had to call that from here, I'd say he's out.
I thought he was. I really did.
Another angle you need for that call.
Yeah, they get the lead runner. Now Carew, who can steal, is on at first with 1 out. He had a stolen base last night. 1 on, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Fisk has paid another visit to Ross Baumgarten, who now finds himself with a 1-run lead, although Ross has been struggling in every inning. He's allowed 6 hits, and he's walked 3.
He has pitched a ball game already tonight. Ross, who had a bad arm last year, has not been bothered at all.
He got more velocity this year.
Yeah, he's been out. He was out about a month and a half last year. But so far this year, he's been really throwing pretty good.
Low ball 1 to Burleson, who has a 15-gamer on the line. He doubled in his 5th and last trip last night to extend his string to 15, 7 short of the club record. You played with Sandy Alomar, didn't you?
No.
Or did you miss him?
No.
He has the Angels hitting streak of 22. Carew had an 18-gamer last year. There's a strike at the knees. 1-1 to Burleson. 1 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. Sox have regained the lead on Billy Almon's 2-run single in the top half of this inning. Sox led it 1-0 in the 1st. The Angels got their 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st, and the Sox got 2 in the top of this inning, the 4th. Trying to keep pace with the A's, who went 15 innings to beat Toronto this afternoon. Well, we're going to miss Keogh and Norris in that series at Oakland, Jimmy. We'll see McCaddy, Kingman, and Langford. There's a deep drive to left field, hooking near the foul pole, and it's fouled.
I want to tell you, that little guy just hit a rope out there.
He hit one last night that kind of died out there that looked like it might have a chance when it left his bat. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Burleson.
He doesn't want to try to hit home runs in this park. The ball does not carry good. That ball in Boston would have been a home run because it would have got to that 300-foot sign down in left field line in Boston before it could have curved.
1-2 to Rick Burleson.
Watch him go the other way. He likes to go the other way, especially with 2 strikes. Caray likes to run. He's got 7 stolen bases, but he's been thrown out 7 times, so he's not having a good year at that.
He has stolen home plate 12 times in his career, 6 in 1 year. 2-2 pitch to Burleson. Low, blocked by a piss. Make it 2-2 now.
You know, that don't sound like very much unless you're an ex-ball gamer. Let me tell you, stealing home is unreal because you can get hurt.
Takes a lot of guts and timing.
Yeah, and you've got to really know how to time that pitcher. And Billy Martin has a great knack of teaching that to certain guys that he feels knows how to run.
He usually does it with more than 1 man on base, though. He camouflages it. Outside, full count now to Rick Burleson, 3-2. See if they send Caray in this next pitch. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I'm glad it's not a hot night out there because if it was hot, he'd be out of gas. There you see third base coach Preston Gomez.
Former Cubs skipper, also with the Padres. Bobby Knopp, former Angel infielder, is the first base coach. A 3-2 count to Rick Burleson. 1 on, 1 out. Throw to first to keep Caray fairly close to the bag.
Bobby Knopp holds some records here for Angels. He had 12 chances in a 9-inning game.
Second baseman.
Yeah, and he could turn that double play because he had a great arm.
You look at that Angel record book, Fregosi holds about every career record for this ball club. Fouled off. Caray was on the move. Fregosi also holds another record he'd just as soon forget. And that's the most losses as a manager in 1 year, and that happened last year, right after they'd won their first division title in '79. But they had 51 injuries, and they fielded 112 different lineups in 162 games last year.
Anybody that wants to be a manager has to be a guy that can't get a job anywhere else. Because I can tell you, when you get to managing this ball club with all the pressure behind you here, it's almost impossible to be successful. They've done everything in this organization but buy pitchers.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
And the ones they bought can't pitch. Keeson or whatever.
Yeah.
And you got Travers. He's out of here now. And neither one of those guys.
Double play ball to Almon. He steps on the bag, avoids Caray, and throws to first. Caray tried to take him out with a flying body block that time, and Almon just sidestepped him on a nifty play and threw to first. And that is the 40th double play of the year for the White Sox. A perfectly executed one-hopper right to Almon. Look at that slide by Caray.
I can't imagine why he took so much time. He could have threw it right away.
Yep. Well, he had plenty of time, and he made sure. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left after 4. White Sox 3, Angels 2. Our White Sox with a 1-run lead here as we go to the 5th inning. Ron LaFleur will lead it off. Tomorrow it'll be Steve Trout against Jeff Zahn in the final game of this series, which will not be carried on Channel 9. Our next telecast will be Tuesday night from Oakland, the second game of that series. First pitch to LaFleur is in there for a called strike. Bill Almon's 2-run single has given the Sox a 1-run lead here in the top of the 5th inning. LaFleur whacks a foul out of play. 0-2. He has doubled, scored the first run of the ball game in the first inning. He struck out on a foul tip his last time up, so he's 1 for 2 tonight. And 2 for 7 in the series, both doubles. Steve Renko makes his home in Overland Park, Kansas. He's born in Kansas City. Just missed at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes to LaFleur. He'll be followed by Squires and Fisk, the top of the order here in the 5th inning. The Angels have out-hit the White Sox 6-4, but the Sox lead in the only important category, runs, 3-2. Another foul out of play. And into the second deck here, the press box about 3 booths down from here. We've had quite a few up our way in this series already. We'll be giving you the standings and some of the statistical individual leaders in the next couple of half innings. Although some of the standings have changed now with results already completed today. 1-2 the count to LaFleur. Oh, that sinker just broke into the dirt, blocked by Downing. Ball 2 and strike 2. Dotson will pitch against Steve McCaddy Monday afternoon in Oakland. Rick Burns against Brian Kingman Tuesday night. The ball game will carry here on Channel 9. And Wednesday afternoon in the final game of the road trip, Ross Baumgarten is scheduled to come back against Rick Langford, the right-hander, for the A's. Off day Thursday, and then the Sox open up a 7-game, 6-day homestand Friday night against this same ball club, California. Foul out of play down the right field side. Still 2-2 to LaFleur. Big crowd here on T-shirt night at the Big A. Over 40,000 here. The 2-2 delivery. Just missed. High inside, a full count. Renko has walked 3. And he has struck out 4. And like Ross Baumgarten, he's thrown a lot of pitches. Bouncing ball to third. Hobson fields it. Bad throw. Safe. LaFleur beats it out, even though Caray fielded it on one hop, and they'll give LaFleur an infield single on that. Here's another look. He had a weak chopper down the third base line. It looked almost like it first bounced in foul territory. Hobson, who has a terrible throwing arm, one hopped it to Caray, but LaFleur beat it by an eyelash. So Ronnie now has 2 hits tonight. That'll help out that .215 average. That's his 4th 2-hit ball game of the year. And the leadoff man is on, and more importantly, with LaFleur's base-stealing abilities, Sox have a chance now to move him down and get him into scoring position. There he goes on the first pitch, a ball, throw to second. Not in time. LaFleur in there with his 13th steal of the year in 15 tries, and that makes it 13 straight ball games now. The White Sox have stolen at least 1 base. Boy, he didn't waste any time. Squires bluffed the butt, took that pitch for a ball. Here's LaFleur. And actually, Downing's one-hop throw was not bad. It was just a bit late. Well, that's what the White Sox got LaFleur for, and he is certainly giving them huge dividends in that department. His 13th steal of the year. He is behind Henderson and Cruz. Now Squires with a chance to drive in an insurance run here. He has sacrificed and flied to center. And he's going to sacrifice again, and he bunts it foul down the third base side. The Sox playing this just like they did in the first inning when LaFleur led off with a double. Squires sacrificed him to third, and Fisk drove him in with a fly ball to left. Here he gets an infield hit, a steal of second. And now a 1-1 count on Squires. The Angels have somebody heating up in the bullpen now. We cannot tell from our angle here who it is. Way outside. Ball 2 and strike 1. Again, Squires was going to bunt. The Angels again having trouble here at home. They're 8-13 here, and they're 13-8 on the road. Strike 2 call, and Squires can't believe it. Boy, both clubs are really giving it to Al Clark tonight behind home plate. Lemon was really heated in the previous inning, and now Squires, who normally doesn't say much, is really giving it to Al Clark. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's take another look at that pitch. Boy, Dick Flanders, our director to the truck, agreed that pitch was high and away. You don't think Dick's a little biased, do you? 2-2 the count. Now the bunt signal will be taken off. Ball 3, and that pitch looked like a strike from our vantage point. Clark is really searching for that strike zone. He's been very inconsistent. A full count now to Mike Squires. That might have been a make good. Spanky checking things over with Bobby Wickles, the third base coach. There's LaFleur taking his lead at second. the fourth walk off Renko, and he is just about to get the hook here, I have a suspicion. 2 on, nobody out. And here's Pudge. Sacrifice fly for an RBI, his 23rd of the year in the first inning of the ball game. The last time up, he bounced out to short. Now he comes up with men on first and second, nobody out. And I wouldn't be at all surprised here if they order Pudge to bunt. He's been struggling at the plate. Now time is called, and Hobson, the third baseman, comes over to have a word with his teammate. Not only just here, but also the last couple of years in Boston, Steve Renko. They have 4 former Red Sox in the starting lineup tonight. Well, that's going to be it. Fregosi comes out with a hook, and Renko will leave with 2 on and nobody out here in the 5th inning. So Steve pitched 4+ innings tonight. He's allowed 3 runs at this point, all earned. On 5 hits, he struck out 4 and walked 4. Renko shaking his head in disgust as he walks off the diamond. So we're going to have our first pitching change of the night, and we'll have to wait and see who it is coming out of the Angel right field bullpen. And while we're waiting on this, well, it looks like Sanchez. No, it's Jesse Jefferson, who was warming up earlier. Former Sox right-hander, Jesse Jefferson. Jefferson coming on here with 2 on, nobody out to replace the starter, Steve Renko, here in the top of the 5th. Sox leading by a run. Jefferson, as I mentioned, formerly with the White Sox. So far this year, he has pitched in 10 games previously. He started 5 of them, and he's worked 44 2/3 innings, allowing 41 hits, 17 earned runs. 14 strikeouts, 11 walks. He's given up 2 home run balls. His record is 1 and 4 with a 3.43 earned run average. No saves. Jesse Jefferson, 1 and 4. He started the 2nd game of the year for the Angels. And he's bounced around. Lifetime against the White Sox, he is 3 and 2. He was 0 and 1 with the Toronto Blue Jays against us a year ago. He was 31 in March. And he still makes his home where he was born, in Midlothian, Virginia, 6'3", 215 pounds. He came up initially with the Baltimore Orioles in 1973. He was traded to the White Sox in 75. He was 5-9 with the White Sox the second half of 75, and he was 2-5 with the White Sox in 76. And he went to Toronto in the expansion draft, and he had his best year, if you want to call it that, in 1977 when he was 9-17. He was 7-16 the following year with the Blue Jays, and in 8 years in the major leagues, this guy has only won 37, and he has lost 81. Jesse Jefferson. So he'll face Carlton Fisk with runners on at first and second. Nobody out. Sox leading by a run here in the top of the 5th. Fisk 0 for 1. Well, Pudge isn't going to bunt. He takes a pitch low for a ball. Ball 1. With a 1-run lead, Tony may be going for a knockout here. He's got Fisk, Luzinski, and Baines in that order now. The ball 1 pitch to Fisk. Strike, and that pitch was low and outside. That wasn't even close. And Fisk says something to Al Clark. You can tell he's not happy with that call. Clark has been missing most of his calls low. He just plain does not have an idea where that strike zone is. 1 ball and 1 strike. Carlton Fisk batting with 2 on, nobody out. Did he go? Yep, he did. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That pitch looked like it was down and in. I'll tell you, the batters, after you get a couple of strikes called on you, that you just know in your own mind are out of the strike zone, then you're tempted to go at almost anything that looks close up there. He's trying to protect the plate. And Clark's having a shaky night behind the plate. Normally, this is a pretty good crew. Palermo, the crew chief, is at first base. He'll work tomorrow's game. Inside, 2-2. White Sox, by the way, put 3 more points on their team batting average with 15 hits last night. They're now the top hitting ball club in the major leagues with a 289 team mark. There's the Bull. Waiting to swing on deck. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Fisk, and he steps out. LaFleur led it off with an infield hit. Hobson, 1 hop to throw to Carew that LaFleur beat by an eyelash at first, and Squires then walked on a full count, and that's where we are right now with a 2-2 count to Fisk with Renko out of the ball game and Jefferson on. High bouncer over Hobson's head, and it skips into left field. The run will score, and it's 4-2 in favor of the White Sox as Fisk hit a high chopper over Hobson's head and under Burleson's glove into left field. A seeing eye single for Carlton Fisk, his 2nd run batted in tonight, his 24th of the year, and the Sox have a 2-run lead. Here's another look. He chopped that ball right into the hard clay near home plate. Hobson leaped forth, couldn't get it, and it skipped by Burleson, who cut behind him. I wonder if they would have had it play anyway. Here's the Bull. He has walked twice tonight. The 25th and 26th walks of the year for him. He scored a run. Still nobody out. A hit goes against Jefferson. The run charged to Renko. And he's still responsible for Squires on at second. There's a bouncing ball to short. And they'll have to go to first with it. Lazinski out by a step. Squires did a great job of shielding the ball from the shortstop Burleson. He timed it so that he got by just as the ball got there, and Burleson had to wait on it. They could not double up anybody, so Lazinski bounces to short, but he advances the runners. There's the throw. Well, Bainsey, with a 5-game hitting string, has struck out twice against Renko tonight. Now he has a chance to really do some damage. The runners at second and third, 1 out and a run in. Sox now leading by 2 here in the 5th inning. Baines rips one deep to left center field. Long run for Lynn. He won't get it. That'll score 2. Baines into second with a double. It's 6-2 in favor of the White Sox. He ripped that ball on a line drive over Freddie Lynn's head. He short hopped it off the left center field fence between the 386 and the 404 sign. And Baines extends his hitting streak to 6 games, and he has knocked in 2 runs with that double, his 16th and 17th RBIs of the year. He got a knee-high pitch right out over the strike zone, and boy, did he shillelagh it. That's the 3rd double of the year for Baines and his 2nd 2-bagger in this series. Boy, is he on a streak. Three runs are in. The 3rd run now is charged to Jefferson. And the White Sox have a 4-run lead here in the 5th inning. That closes out the books on Renko. 5 runs all earned. There's a ball to Chet Lemon, who has a 7-game hitting string on the line. He has bounced to third and struck out. Al D'Acquisto now heating up in the Angel bullpen. Baines on at second. 1 out. 3 runs are in. There's a knee-high strike. Boy, some real timely hitting tonight. The Angels had plenty of opportunities early. Chet almost hit for that pitch. He wheeled away. Ball 2 and strike 1, and Downing going out now to see if he can't settle Jefferson down. Well, Ross Baumgarten, who has struggled tonight, but been tough when he had to be, now finds himself in the driver's seat with a 4-run lead here in the top of the 5th inning. Low and away. Ball 3 and strike 1. Jefferson obviously not the answer here. Gave up a single to Fisk Got Luzinski to bounce out. And there's Fregosi. Doesn't look too happy. Chet pops it up. Went for a high pitch. Downing tosses the mask away. And he gloves it in foul territory. Looked like that would have been ball 4, but Chet, a bit over anxious as a 3-1 count, jumped on it and fouled it out. This is WGN Television 9, Chicago, America's #1 sports station. Here's Bernazard, who is 2 for 2 and a run scored tonight. 2 out. He has a chance to pick up Baines on second. Five of the 6 runs charged to the starter, Steve Renko. The 3rd run in this inning charged to Jefferson. Now Bernazard steps out. A ball down low. Ball 1 to Bernazard. Ball headed up the middle. It's a base hit. Bernazard is 3 for 3, and Harold Baines scores the 4th run of the inning. It is now 7-2 in favor of the White Sox, and the Bluebirds are on the home club here, the Angels. Bernazard is 3 for 3, and for Tony, that is his 4th 3-hit ball game of the year, and that is his 13th run batted in. Well, hitting sometimes can be a contagious thing. We saw it happen up in Toronto where the whole club was in a slump. We gave them a couple of opportunities to battle their way out of it, and they were tough, winning the middle game and almost the final game of that series. 4 runs are in, 2 off Jefferson here in the top of the 5th inning. There goes the runner. Strike at the knees, throw to second, not in time. Beating the tag was Bernazard, his 4th steal of the year, and the Sox are 2 out of 2 tonight and 37 out of 47 for the year. Let's take a different look at this. Boy, oh boy, are the Sox playing some kind of baseball. Well, it looked like Gritch was lazy getting down on that one. That was not a bad throw. A ball just off the corner at the knees. Morrison has hit a deep fly to left and has walked and then got himself hung up in the hot box between 2nd and 3rd to take us out of the 2-run 4th inning. That was a 3rd out. So Jimmy is 0 for 1. He's trying to battle his way out of the slump. 1-1 the count. Foul back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A 4-run 5th inning for the White Sox, and they now lead it 7-2. Jefferson has been touched for 3 hits and 2 runs here in 2/3 of an inning in relief of Renko, put the first 2 men on before leaving. Well, the Angels are going to have pitching problems all year unless they pull something out of the hat. A hanging curve over Morrison's head. Ball 2 and strike 2. There's no doubt this California ball club's going to score a lot of runs. There's Fregosi again. He's got to be dying inside. He had a terrible year from start to finish a year ago after a magnificent 1979 season when the Angels finally won their first divisional title. They overcame a lot of injuries in '79. Last year, they just couldn't do it. There's a smash on one hop, and it handcuffs Gritch. He picks it up and throws too late. Morrison beats it out. Runners at 1st and 3rd. A very unhappy crowd at 42,558 here. There's another look. That ball just handcuffed Gritch. He took it on the short hop, and he gets a boot. And that is a 47th error of the year for the Angels. There's La Russa. You couldn't tell by the look on his face that his ball club is up by 5, could you? I can't. That's his courtroom look. So the inning is still alive, and here's Billy Almon, whose 2-run single put us ahead in the previous inning. A ball outside, ball 1. Runners at first and third. 2 out and 4 runs in. Ball 2 outside, not even close. Well, the White Sox have now batted around. Almon, the 9th man to bat. Almon started the night hitting .326, 7th highest batting average in the league. He has 12 games of 2 hits or better, including a 2-hit performance last night, so he's 3 for 6 right now in the series. What a surprise he has been, both on the field and at the plate. Inside, ball 3. Well, I suspect that Mr. Jefferson will probably get the hook if he puts Almon on. LaFleur on deck, looking for a second opportunity to swing the bat in this inning. He let it off with an infield hit. Oh, they gave Billy the green light, and he waved at it. 3-1. Almon does not have much home run power. He was trying to yank one out of here with a 3-0 count in his favor. Almon now with 15 RBIs. For the most part, batting in the number 9 spot. Ball 4, he's on. The first walk-off Jefferson and the 5th for the White Sox. And here comes the skipper. The bases are loaded now. Bergozzi making another trip to the mound. And they're going to bring in D'Acquisto. So Jefferson failed to get the job done. He lasted 2/3. He's been touched for 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk. And Al D'Acquisto running in for the right field bullpen for the Angels. Former National Leaguer. D'Acquisto has worked 5 games in relief. He has pitched 16 innings, which indicates he is kind of a long inning reliever. He's allowed 17 hits, 16 runs, 15 earned. He has walked 10 and struck out 8. He has an earned run average of 8.44 with no wins or losses, nor any save in 5 previous appearances. D'Acquisto, a 6'2" 195-pound right-hander. Born in San Diego, still makes his home in San Diego, and he'll be 30 years of age this coming Christmas Day. Last year, with San Diego, he was 2-3 in 39 appearances, and he was 0-2 with Montreal, so he was 2-5 on the year. A total of 3 saves. So he's on now, the 3rd Angel pitcher here in the 5th inning. The White Sox will send their 10th man, LaFleur, to the plate. He'll be the first man that D'Acquisto pitches against. LaFleur led off the inning with an infield single down the 3rd base line. He stole second and scored the first of the 4 runs in the inning. So LaFleur will come to the plate with the bases loaded and 2 out. Well, we're about set now. White Sox shooting for their 21st win of the year. It would be 6 out of the last 7 and 4 out of 5 on this road trip. A victory tonight evens us up at 10-10 away from home. Sox have won 11 of 16 at home this year. Well, the high water mark of the season was a 10-3 start, and then of course we lost 8 out of the last 10 on that 13-game road trip. Dropped to 1 game over. Sox have not been back to the 500 mark since the 2nd game of the year. LaFleur takes inside a ball. He's 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. His first 2-hit game in quite a while, his 4th of the year. He has 6 games in which he's hit 2 or more hits. couple of 3-hit efforts. There's Bernazard at third. There's a look at the runners at second and third. There's a strike, a slider on the outside corner at the knees. 1-1 the count. Right-hander Al D'Acquisto. Paisan from San Diego. Swinging strike 2. Boy, that looked like a good pitch to hit. 1 ball, 2 strikes to LaFleur. His average has jumped from 215 to 229 tonight with those 2 hits. He scored 4 runs so far in this series. And he scored a run in the first inning of all 3 games up in Toronto. Foul back. Belt high fastball. Still 1-2. At the moment, Jefferson has been charged with 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk in 2/3 of an inning. And of course, if any of the 3 runners score, it'll be added to his run total. 1-2 pitch. Just a bit low. Now, D'Acquisto thought he had a call 3rd strike. But that was a better pitch than some of them that have been called for strikes tonight. And again, Al Clark is wavering behind the plate. Now, he's given it pretty good to Fregosi in the Angel dugout. They thought they had LaFleur struck out, and quite frankly, that looked like a pretty decent pitch compared to some of them he's called strikes tonight. 2-2 delivery. Whack foul out of play on the first base side, and the count rides at ball 2 and strike 2. Yeah, the big hit in the inning was Harold Baines' 2-run double. Fisk has an RBI in this inning. Bernazard with his 3rd hit has a run batted in this inning. Another high foul out of play on the right field side. It's still 2-2 to LaFleur. Biggest crowd of the year here, 42,558. Angels now are averaging just, well, about 29.5 per home date. They reached the 350,000 mark here tonight in the 22nd home playing date of the year. Two-two pitch to LaFleur. Bouncing ball to Burleson at short. He shovels to Gritch, and they get the force play at second on Almon, and that retires the side. 10 men came to the plate, and the White Sox scored 4 times. On 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, there was an error, a couple of walks, and 3 big runners left on. We reached the halfway point here in Anaheim. The White Sox 7, the Angels 2. Sox take on the Oakland A's Tuesday night at 9:30, and don't miss the Cubs when they battle the Montreal Expos tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, right here on WGN Television 9 in Chicago, America's #1 sports station. Don't forget, following tonight's telecast, stay tuned for Channel 9's network news with all the national and international stories from our anchor team in New York. Well, Royce Baumgarten, who has been shaky, left 6 runners on base through the first 3 innings tonight when he was trailing in the ballgame 2-1. Now has himself a 5-run lead to work with going to the bottom of the 5th. Danny Ford will lead it off, to be followed by Freddie Lynn and Don Baylor. Ford singled and scored in the first inning, tapped to the mound, leaving 2 men on at second and third in the second inning. So he is 1 for 2. Ross has given up 6 hits and walked 3 in 4 innings of work tonight. Ford with that super close stance. It's a high pop foul. It's going to be out of play behind the White Sox first base dugout.
Your attention, press, team 59, Jefferson, 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, no strike.
Well, a win tonight would be the White Sox 8th consecutive victory here over 2 years, and it would be the 8th straight over the California Angels. They took the season series 10-3 last year. The Angels winning 3 out of 4 the first time they played in Chicago after the White Sox had taken 3 straight here. The White Sox went on to win the final 6. Strike 2, a beauty. So Danny Ford now in the hole. 0-2 the count. Ford leading off the 5th for the Angels. Ross has fanned 1. There's that closed stance. way outside and low. He wasted one. A ball and 2 strikes. The pitching matchups, in all probability, for Tuesday's ball game from Oakland here on Channel 9 will be Britt Burns, who was the starting and winning pitcher in last night's ball game, and Brian Kingman for the A's. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as Ross took something off that delivery. Here's another look now on the first base side as Ford swung through that breaking ball. Good curveball by Ross. That's his second strikeout. He pitched down and in to Ford, and that's where you almost have to pitch this guy, the way he sets up. Here's Freddie Lynn, an RBI double and a run scored in the first inning when he hit one in the gap to left center. The last time up, he bounced to short. So he's 1 for 2 tonight. 2 hits and 7 at-bats in the series. He's struggling with that bad leg. He takes a whack at a curveball and missed it. Another curve, and it's popped up. Squires calling for it near the first base bag. 2 out. Now Don Baylor with an RBI single and a deep drive to left that LaFleur leaped and speared, taking a home run away from him the last time up. So Baylor has hit Ross hard twice tonight, 1 for 2 to show for it. He's giving indications of coming out of that slump. He can carry a ball club as he did the Angels in '79 for a whole month. Drove in 34 runs in July of '79. High and away, ball 1. And Baylor that year had to go to the outfield because the Angels had so many players down with injuries. And what a job he did, and he was rewarded with the MVP award for 1979. And deservedly so. Foul back, 1-1. Last year, the big guy had a fractured wrist. He played for about 3 weeks with a broken bone in his wrist, and they wondered why he wasn't doing anything. Finally x-rayed it a second time and realized that he had a hairline fracture of one of the small bones in his wrist, and he was out for about 6 weeks. There's a beauty, a change-up curve right in there at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Baylor, who glares at Al Clark. Ross has not retired the side in order, although he faced only 3 men in the 4th inning. Hobson led off with a hit, and then the Sox retired the side on a double play ball by Burleson. Now Ross has retired the first 2 men here. Ground ball foul down the third base side. It's still 1-2 to Baylor. The Dodgers, for the second straight day at extra innings, beat the Reds to increase their division lead in the National League West to 6.5. Dave Stewart won his 3rd ball game in relief and his 2nd in as many days at Cincinnati. Valenzuela pitched 8 innings, got no decision. A check swing foul out of play on the right. The Cubs beat the Expos 6-4 today. Rick Russell won his 2nd ball game of the year over former Cub right-hander Ray Burris. Dodgers hit 4 home runs today, and Jay Johnstone's pinch home run in the 9th, leading off, bailed Valenzuela out. Garvey, Thomas, and Say all homered for the Dodgers. The Phillies beat the Pirates tonight, and Mike Crowley picked up the win. Former Sox right-hander got his first victory for the Phillies. Low ball, 2-2 to Baylor. Tekulve took the loss. That's 10 straight losses for the string bean right-hander over the last 2 years. Jason Thompson homered for the Bucks. Phillies win it at Pittsburgh 6-4, and they had 29 hits in that ball game. 15 for the Phillies. Cardinals beat the Mets, so they maintain a 1-game lead. There's a drive left field. I don't think LaFleur is going to catch this one. It's hit a mile in the air. He caught it again. That's 2 home runs that Baylor has lost. This one was down near the foul pole, where the fence is even lower than it is and straightaway left, and LaFleur got back there and hauled it in. Just got under it a little bit too much. He's hit 2 tremendously high drives tonight, and LaFleur has taken 2 home runs away from Don Baylor. And when you're going bad, that's the way it goes. 3 up and 3 down for the Angels in the 5th inning. After 5 here at Anaheim, the White Sox 7, California 2. Art Howe with a 372 mark for the Houston Astros, still leading Bake McBride and young Broderick Perkins of San Diego in the National League batting race. In home runs, Mike Schmidt of the Phillies tops the majors with 13. Andre Dawson of the Expos has 11. And Davey Concepcion continues to lead the National League in runs batted in with 32. The Cincinnati Reds shortstop leads Schmidt by a pair. In the American League, Kenny Singleton. These are the official American League stats, which demand a much larger number of at-bats. Singleton with a 367 mark, leading Dewey Evans and Carney Lansford, both of the Red Sox. Storm and Gorman Thomas of the Brewers, a 1 home run lead over Dewey Evans. Armas and Singleton also have 9 apiece, Evans with 10. And Singleton, with 29 RBIs, leads the American League in runs batted in. Evans and Murphy, Wayne Murphy of Oakland with 27 apiece. Also Tony Armas with 27 and Buddy Bell with 25. So those are our league leaders in average home runs and runs batted in. Squires will lead off the 6th inning for the White Sox, who have a 5-run lead here at Anaheim. Strike from the right-hander, Al D'Acquisto, the 3rd pitcher used by Jim Fregosi tonight. Spanky has sacrificed, slide to center, walked and scored, so he is 0 for 1. Squires at the moment hitting .303, where he's lost 4 points on his average. White Sox have 7 runs on 8 hits. The Angels 2 runs, 6 hits, and the game's only error. High and away, a ball, 1-1. White Sox took a 1-0 lead in the first. The Angels scored 2 with 4 consecutive hits off Ross Baumgarten after the first 2 men were out in their half of the first inning. Billy Almon's 2-run single with 2 outs put the Sox ahead in the 4th, and they set 10 men to the plate and scored 4 runs in the 5th, and that's where we are now in the 6th inning, a 7-2 score. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Squires, who'll be followed by Fisk and Luzinski. Play. At Houston, the Astros beat the Giants 5-3. Giants playing some good baseball under manager Frank Robinson. They were 2 over until the ball game today. LaCourte got the victory in relief of Vern Rule, who just came off the disabled list. Ed Whitson, the starting and losing pitcher for the Giants. 5-3 Astros. Cardinals maintained their 1-game lead over the Eastern Division, and the Philadelphia Phillies with an 8-2 win over the New York Mets at Busch Stadium tonight. Ball 2 and strike 2 to Squires. And Atlanta, the Braves have been struggling. They got a run in the 8th to tie it and a run in the 11th to win it in Atlanta. Camp got the victory in relief over Lucas in relief of San Diego. Linares homered in that ball game. 7-6 Atlanta. There's ball 3 going inside. The Oakland A's maintained their spread in the Western Division of the American League with a 15-inning 3-2 win over the Toronto Blue Jays this afternoon. They're now in the bottom of the 14th at Kansas City. No score between the Royals and the Twins. There's a bouncer to Burleson. Takes it on a belt-high hop, and Squires is out. One down here in the 6th.
Carlton, Fisk, catcher.
Here's Fisk, a sacrifice fly for a run batted in the 1st. Ground ball is short in the 3rd, and the seeing eye single that hopped over Hobson's head and by Burleson to drive in a run in the 4-run 5th inning. So Pudge now has 24 runs batted in. 1 for 2 tonight. Erickson and Splittorff in some kind of a battle at Kansas City tonight. 14th inning, no score. Up and in, ball 1 to Fisk. Seattle leading Texas 3-0, bottom of the 6th. That's young Brian Clark pitching against the former Mariner left-hander Rick Honeycutt, who's 3-1 for Texas. If Seattle hangs on to win it and the White Sox win here tonight, will open up a 1.5 game lead over the 3rd-place Rangers and will stay 2.5 behind the A's. Baltimore maintained their lead in the American League East with a 15-hit attack, 2 homers by DeCinces. Flanagan beat the Tigers at Detroit today, 9-2. Another loss to a left-handed pitcher for the Tigers, who have really had problems against left-handers. Swinging strike to Carlton Fisk. 1-1 the count. The Yankees with Dave Righetti in his last chance to make it with the Bronx Bombers. He pitched a 5-hit ball game tonight, and they beat Rick Waite in Cleveland 3-2. Righetti winning his first ball game. He was 5-0 down in Columbus, and he was brought up after the Yankees traded Spencer at Underwood to the A's for Dave Revering. There's a call, strike 2 to Fisk. 1-2 to Pudge. The Red Sox have won 6 in a row, 14 out of 17, as they pounded out 15 hits and beating the Brewers at Milwaukee 8-1. Dave Schmidt homered. In tight, and Fisk almost stepped into that pitch. 2-2. He's already been hit 7 times this year. So that catches us up on all the scores and the standings here, and we're in the top of the 6th in Anaheim. Well, that pitch came right in under his hands. It actually didn't miss the strike zone by too much. Fisk tends to crowd the plate and lean into it anyway. 2-2 to Fisk. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Now the 2-2 delivery. Boy, oh boy. Ball 3. That pitch looked good. And look at D'Acquisto glaring in there. Well, at least it hasn't been all one way tonight. Clark has been jawed at by both sides tonight. A full count, second full count in a row now for Al D'Acquisto. Fisk pops one foul out of play. That looked like a good pitch to send downtown. Still 3-2. Fisk at the moment hitting .292. Ball 4 up and in. He walked him. First walk off to Acquisto, and it's the 6th
The designated hitter,
given to the White Sox.
Luzinski.
Here's the Bull. He has walked and scored, and bounced to short. He's 0 for 1 tonight. But he has hit 4 homers and knocked in 10 runs on this road trip. One on, one out. A drive to right. Danny Ford circling under it. And he squeezes it for the second out. So there are 2 down, and now Harold Baines, who struck out twice and then lined a 2-run double over Freddie Lynn's head to deep left center his last time up to extend his current hitting binge to 6 straight ball games and 8 out of 9. Coming in tonight on that 5-game string, he had hit safely in 15 out of the 22 previous at-bats. A blistering .682 pace. Baines at .316. That's where he started tonight. Strike. Oh, it looked like a high strike there. Harold started the binge a week ago today when he was 4 for 4 against the Rangers. He did not play then in Sunday's ball game in Chicago. High pop foul out of play on the third base side. 2 strikes on Baines. Baines went into that ball game a week ago today hitting .228. So he has put 88 points on his batting average in a week's time. Fisk and Carew. Carew 14 times an All-Star. Fisk 7 times an All-Star. Bouncing ball, and it takes a tricky hop. Burleson almost overran it. He throws back against the grain to get the force play at second. That ball took a right-angle hop, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, a walk and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Anaheim. The White Sox 7, the Angels 2. On Tuesday night at 7, right here on Channel 9, Hello, Dolly, with Barbara Streisand and Walter Matthau. The delightful musical masterpiece, Hello, Dolly, Tuesday night here on Channel 9 at 7 o'clock. In the bottom of the 6th inning, the Angels will send up Brian Downing, Bobby Grich, and Bobby Clark in that order to face left-hander Ross Baumgarten, who's coasting right now with a 5-run lead. It certainly didn't start out that way.
Brian Downing.
A victory tonight would even Ross at 4-4 on the year and would give him twice as many wins in 1981 than he had all of a year ago when he was 2-12. Downing singled to right in the 1st inning, walked in the 3rd, so he's 1 for 1 tonight, 2 for 5 in the 2 games. High ball 1. Ross was saying in the bus tonight coming over to the ballpark how he envied Valenzuela and his Scroogey. Ball 2 up and in, 2-0. Although this is really our first in-depth look at Valenzuela. Pitched 19 scoreless innings late in the season for the Dodgers last year. He did not have his best day. He struck out only 3 and walked 6, and he was responsible for 2 throwing errors. There's a strike, 2-1 the count. It's very evident in watching the young man pitch. He does have a tremendous amount of poise for a 20-year-old youngster, and he does have a lot of great stuff. You don't have the kind of a record he has had so far this year without having all of those ingredients. Ball 3, and it looks like Ross is rushing a bit now, and Fisk is going to go out and slow him down. 3-1 the count to Downing, leading it off. Ross has struck out 2 and he's walked 3, given up 6 hits. He has retired the last 5 men he has faced. But again, LaFleur took a home run at the left field wall away from Baylor. Ball 4 up and away, and so the leadoff man is on. The 4th walk.
Second baseman, Bobby Grich.
Here's Bobby Grich, who popped the shallow center. Actually, it was almost medium center, and it was Bernazard who hauled it in after Chet misjudged the ball, and it saved 2 runs. Came with 2 out and 2 men on in the first inning. Last time up, Grich walked on 4 straight wide ones, so he is 0 for 1 tonight and 1 for 5 in the series. There's the skipper. Off-speed, breaking ball, low, ball 1. I would imagine if Grich reaches here, we're going to have some activity in a hurry. Tony doesn't want to let this 5-run lead slip away. A bouncing ball foul. He fouled it off his right ankle, it looked like. A ball and a strike to Grich. Ross Baumgarten, a high school teammate of Twins third baseman John Castino. They both went to New Trier East. Castino was a great basketball player in the high school ranks as well. Grich pops it up. Boy, that's a king-sized major league pop-up. Almon calling for it. Had to back up at the last minute. There's 1 out. Here's Bobby Clark, who has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1 tonight, 0 for 2 in the series. He got a walk and a strikeout in last night's ball game. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Trout and Zahn will match pitches here tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock Chicago time, in the final game of this series, and then it's on to Oakland. High inside, ball 1. Ground ball, base hit, right field. Stopping at second is Downing. Well, that's the 7th hit off Ross Baumgarten. Just a little grass cutter. Perfectly placed in the hole to right. Here's another look at it. It has not been an easy night for Ross, although he has a 5-run lead at the moment, and Fisk meets him at the mound with Butch Hobson, who is 2 for 2 coming up. He blooped a little pop-up single just out of Bernazard's reach down the right field line in the 2nd inning, and then he hit a rope to left for a base hit his last time up. Denny Lamp, who was up throwing as early as the 2nd inning, is up and heating up again now for the White Sox. We will not see Lamar Hoyt tonight, I would assume. He has worked in 4 straight ball games and really labored yesterday, working 3 1/3. Ran out of gas in the 9th inning, and Farmer came on to get the save, getting the final out after Hickey had retired the 2nd man in the 9th inning. White Sox hoping for a double play ball. Low, ball 1. Well, the Angels have not scored since the 1st inning when they bunched 4 straight hits together after the first 2 men were out. They left 2 men on in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd. Now they have 2 on, 1 out here in the 5th. There's a base hit to left. Hobson is 3 for 3. LaFleur charging the ball, and they're going to hold the runner up. The bases are loaded. Well, that wakes up the crowd, and now you've got the ever dangerous Rod Carew coming up with the bases loaded. And 1 out. The hits are even at 8 apiece now, as Hobson is 3 for 3 tonight. And 4 for 7 in the series. Fisk out to have another word with Ross. Pats him on the seat of the pants. Almon, the shortstop, waits for him on the mound. There's Lamp heating up in the bullpen. Denny, a slider sinker ball pitcher. Here's Rodney Cline Carew, 7-time batting champion. He has an 8-game hitting string on the line. He was 1 for 4 last night. He has slid to center, sacrificed, and bounced into a force play. So he is 0 for 2 tonight. The bases are loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And now Ross wants to come in to have a word with Fisk. It's been a struggle for Ross tonight. Carew waiting now with that open stance. High ball 1. Baumgarten is on the ropes here, even though he has a 5-run lead. Bases loaded, 1 out. Carew in the batter's box. Oh, he fooled him with a change curve. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was about as feeble a swing as you'll see Carew make it. He knew he'd been had as he started his swing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swinging strike 2. That time Ross had some juice on that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Low, 2-2. Carew will be 36 in October. 14 times an All-Star. 12 consecutive times at 300 or better. The only time he failed to hit 300 his first 2 full years with the Twins. And even then he made the All-Star team. Came up as a second baseman. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ball 3. Looked like Ross tried to overthrow that one. A full count to Carew. There's Bobby Winkles and Tony La Russa watching intently from the Sox dugout. This might be it for Ross if Carew gets on. That would score a run and bring the tying run to the plate. Here's the payoff pitch to Carew. He struck him out swinging. Oh, what a big out. 3 strikeouts for Ross Baumgarten. Now there are 2 out. The bases are jammed. And Burleson, who is 0 for 3 tonight with a 15-game hitting string on the line coming up. He threw a hard slider right by Carew. Here's Burleson, the rooster. Bases loaded, 2 out. He's 1 for 8 in the series, and he's lost 10 points on his batting average. It's now at .318. Low, ball 1, blocked by Fisk. Ross is going to work on the ball a little bit. They're now in the bottom of the 15th at Kansas City. No score between the Twins and the Royals. Ball 2, just missed up and away. 2-0 now to Burleson. At third, Brian Downing. There are the other 2 runners. Clark at second, Hobson at first. 2 out, bases loaded. Ball 2 to Rick Burleson. Little tap to Almon. who caught it on the fly, and it retires the side. So Ross Baumgarten got off the hook. A little broken bat looper to Almon for the third out. There's the third strike on Caray again. That's the biggest out of the ballgame. No runs, 2 hits, a walk, and 3 big runners left on. The Angels have stranded 9 through 6 innings. And after 6 complete here at the Big A, the White Sox 7, the California Angels 2.
Caray back in Anaheim. Boy, we got ourselves out of a real jam. Rod Carew swung at 3 bad pitches and struck out, and then with a count 2-0 and a 5-run deficit, Burleson hit a 2-0 pitch right on the fist. So I want to tell you right now, 5-run deficit. You like that, Harry, huh?
Getting in that big money class.
I want to tell you right now, deficit. I have money, you know.
I know you do. The very first dollar. All right, here we go. Top of the 7th. First pitch to Chet Lemon is a curveball in the first strike call. He swings and misses. Lemon is hitless 0 for 3.
You know, a lot of managers today have got away from the simple fundamentals of the game. When you're 5 runs behind, what do you want a little guy trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark for with the bases loaded? When a guy has missed with 2 pitches high and outside, why would you want to try to get a base on balls and keep an inning going? That's not second guessing, Harry. Throughout the years, we always took pitches like that if a guy was having trouble getting it over.
Now the wind up the pitch. Here it is. Swung on. A bouncing ball down the first baseline. Carew fields at the pitcher cover. Lemon beats him to the bag. D'Acquisto apparently thought it was going to be an easy play by Carew himself and didn't come off the mound at all. Lemon beat him to the bag.
Lemon had a half swing at that ball. Now watch what happens right here. You young people, please don't dive like this. Lemon hurts his hand, but he really hustles down to get to the bag. And D'Acquisto is not there, but here's Lemon jamming his right hand, and it's really bothering him now as you're looking at it. Boy, that is the worst thing you can do, is to slide.
Well, you've only been saying that for the last 3, 4, or 5 years, that someday he's going to get hurt sliding.
Well, he's going to hurt. He's going to bust his hand is what he's going to do, or his shoulder. It's a shame because, you know, he's starting to play a little bit better, hit the ball better maybe, and now he might get himself out of the lineup.
Well, he gets an infield hit.
Here it is again now. All he had to do was just run. He'd have had it easy. Heaton wasn't going to make a tag on him. Now you see he might have even stepped on him right there, too, and hurt him bad.
So Herman Schneider, our trainer, who lost about 65 pounds.
You know, he just yawned. Dutchie just yawned. We're winning, Dutchie. Oh, you're hungry. Well, let's get some scores here.
Oh, Dutchie, it's an early ball game. We'll have a nice leisurely dinner somewhere afterwards. Here it's almost 10 o'clock. They close up restaurants around 10 o'clock.
Do they really? New York defeated Cleveland 3-2. Baltimore walloped Detroit in that ball game. The Sensei hit a couple of home runs. Flanagan got his 6th win. Boston continues to play well. They beat Milwaukee 8-1. Torres won his 4th game in a row. He's 4-2 now. Minnesota, Kansas City, they're in the 15th inning, Harry. How about that?
Really?
Really? No score.
No score.
No score.
Kansas City didn't score a run last night.
No, they may not score all year without Brett if he don't get back. Oakland and Toronto. Oakland beat them in 15 innings. They come up with a run to win it 3-2. And Texas is getting beat by Seattle, who is becoming very pesty. They're ahead 3-0 in the 6th. And getting back here to the ballpark in Anaheim, we lead 7-2.
Lemon is all right. He's staying in the ballgame. Here's Bernazard trying for a 4-for-4 day. Here's the pitch by D'Acquisto. Instead over to first base, the runner back. Bernazard.
We got an AD up here, Leslie. She reminds me of my first wife. No matter what I do, it's wrong.
There's a line drive. Another hit for Bernazard. His 4th hit in a row. Bernazard singles to left. He's 4 out of 4. He's well over the 300 mark.
Third baseman, Jim Essian.
Bernazard has stolen 2 bases left-handed, and one base right-handed for a total of 3. So he's really going at it.
Here's Morrison. He's been in a slump. He's trying to break his way out of it. Gang here from Northern Illinois University. Runners at first and second.
Good bunt.
There's a bunt. He may beat it out. There's a throw. They get him. But a perfect sacrifice.
Boy, Morrison, a good bunter. Really laid down a perfect bunt. Now watch it.
That makes a good play.
Yeah, because the pitcher now almost is in his way. Now watch how he feels it one-handed and throws it right from there and gets him. He got more on that ball than he had 8 balls in his series.
So runners at second and third, and here's Bill Almon now. Almon drove in 2 big runs in the 4th to put the White Sox ahead 3-2. So his is the game-winning RBI.
I like 8 better than 7, Harry.
The infield is in. Almon the batter. The delivery. There's a blooper into short right field. A base hit. 1 run is in. Here's another man trying to score. Now he goes back. The throw was wild. He could have made it. On the throw, Almon goes to second.
I think I'm watching Little League Baseball in the big leagues nowadays. I'm not even going to try to describe that because it was really hot. He broke his bat, as you'll see right here. He's trying to go the other way. Now it drops. Bernazard is coming around third because he thinks he can score. He changes his mind now and goes back, but it goes by the catcher. He doesn't know what to do right here. Well, let me see. I don't know. Well, I'll go back.
So it's runners at second and third. 1 run home. 8-2 now, and here's Ron LaFleur. The infield still in. Runners again on second and third.
I like 9 better than 8.
Now the pitch. Swung, a line drive in the right field, going to be caught. Bernazard tagging up. The catch is made. Here's a man scoring. And after the catch, Almon goes to third.
Boy, what a great
sacrifice
catch.
fly. Boy, I tell you, Ford made that play look much tougher than I think it really was.
Well, watch him going now. As he comes to this ball, he's not running very hard because he's got a bad leg. Now it gets in his glove and he almost drops it. Watch it flip out of there. Oh, what an ice cream cone. Serve me up a deuce. And here comes Bernazard to score that 9th run.
Did you take your pill today?
I'm hungry right now, I'll tell you that.
Runner at third, 2 men out.
I had one of
You
Gene
wear me
Autry's
out,
steers.
Jimmy. You talk so much. Relax for a minute. 2 men are out. The pitch. A smash off the second baseman's glove. Another run score. 42,000, almost 43,000. Showing their disgust. A base hit for Squire. An RBI. There you saw Fregosi. Watch it again.
Watch
the
what
ball
happens.
is hit hard.
Grish backs up on this ball, and when he backs up, it eats him up. Watch him go back for the ball. See? Now it hits off his glove. You can't back up on that ball like that. You don't have much support in your legs.
3 runs are in. It's 10-2 now in favor of the White Sox. Here's Fisk. He's driven in 2 runs. 1 out of 2.
Boy, the fans are starting to leave with their T-shirts.
I'm amazed they waited this long. Here's a curve in there, a strike call. 10-2 in favor of the White Sox.
The White Sox have defeated the California Angels 7 times in a row.
Here at this ballpark.
At this ballpark, and last year we were 10-3 against them.
Now the pitch. Low and outside. This will be the White Sox 8th straight at Anaheim Stadium. 10-2. A ball game in the top of the 7th.
One thing about it, they're giving Baumgarten a lot of rest the last few innings.
Here's the pitch on the way. Fastball wide.
You know,
Ball 2.
when we were part of the expansion club, our scores in this park were 3-2, 5-4, 4-3. All of a sudden, they get a lot of money, and the scores get higher.
Now they have designated hitters.
I know.
And that makes a big difference.
It also makes a big difference you don't have any pitching.
The pitch. Low and outside. All 3. longtime White Sox fan, Tom Roswell, and his son, now living in San Diego, are enjoying the score, 10-2. Fouled it back. Carlton Fisk got a good cut. The White Sox batted 5 men in the first, 6 in the fourth, 10 in the fifth, and 7 so far in the seventh.
My watch stopped at 10 minutes to 7.
3 balls, 2 strikes. The delivery. Ball, he walked it. Here's Luzinski.
I want to say John is going to have to go all the way. John's going to finish this game tonight. Oh, no.
Tom Morgan, the pitching coach, coming out. Boy, these Angels fans are in a booing mood.
Well, Montreal lost to the Cubs this afternoon, 6-4. Russell got a win. He's now 2-5. Burris, the loser, 2-4. Los Angeles, despite 3 errors and a lot of mental mistakes, they made up for it with 4 home runs. They defeated Cincinnati 9-6. Philadelphia and Mike Proley got his first win in the National League. They defeated Pittsburgh 6-4. San Diego lost to Atlanta 7-6, and San Diego led that game 6-0 in the 5th. Wow. Frank Howard he ate the door of the clubhouse.
Here's Luzinski. Walked twice, 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Low one outside, a sinking fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Luzinski batting .272. White Sox leading 10-2. The pitch on the way. Here it is. Strike on the outside corner. A ball and a strike. John D'Acquisto came into the ball game in the 5th. They had 3 pitchers in that inning. Now the delivery. Here it is. Swung at a fastball that he missed. Boy, he had a good cut at that. Greg Luzinski.
This pitcher had surgery for removal of bone chips from his right elbow.
The delivery. Inside and high, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
Come on, Bull, hit one.
2-2, rather.
Somebody might have the 13-run pool at home.
Squires off second, Fisk off first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ball 3 outside. The runners will be going on this pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Greg Luzinski. Formidable looking hitter, too.
Harry looks like a giant to that pitcher.
Here it is. Lined in the right field for a hit. It's going to roll deep. 1 run in. Another runner's going to score. Luzinski pulls up at second with a double. Luzinski now has driven in 20 runs as he lined a double into the right field corner. And it's 12-2.
Harry, I want to tell you, D'Acquisto was pitching that ball away from him. So what does the Bull do? He just hit it out there like a shot. Right down into the corner, and here you'll see it. Watch that short, compact swing out away from him. Anybody else hit that ball, never go like that. He hit it right on the end of the bat, but watch it go. Right into the corner. And both runs are going to score easy.
The Squires and Fisk scored. 12-2 in favor of the White Sox. They've had 5 in the lucky 7th. Here's Baines. Now the pitch. Curveball inside, almost hit him. 1 ball, no strikes.
What's that, 20 RBIs?
Look at him go now. Mass exodus again.
I wish they'd go early so I could get out of here.
Now the delivery. Here it is. Swings, and he fouls it out of play into the stand. That evens a count, a ball and a strike. Boy, how would you like to be Gene Autry, the guy that put out these $22 million?
Harry, you know what he bought this team for?
$3 million?
No, $1,930,000 something.
It's probably worth 50 now.
I don't know what it's worth, but
now to stretch the pitch to Baines. Here it is. Swings a ground ball to Caray. He's got it. Steps on the bat. 9 men batted in the inning. 5 scored. 5 hits. No errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The White Sox 12, California 2. Harry Caray back at Anaheim. This is WGN Television 9, Chicago, America's #1 sports station, where tomorrow afternoon you'll watch on Channel 9 the Cubs playing Montreal. That game gets underway at 1 o'clock right here on WGN Television 9, Chicago, America's #1 sports station. And our next telecast of the White Sox will be from Oakland Tuesday night at 9:30 Chicago time. That's live from Oakland Tuesday night at 9:30. The next White Sox telecast. The Cubs tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock here on Channel 9, America's #1 sports station. Here we go, bottom of the 7th. Here's Danny Ford. And Baumgarten pitches a fastball high.
Harry, would you believe that the Angels led this game in the first inning 2-1?
That was about 3 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Would you believe they could have scored as many runs as we got up there if they got the timely hitting? Because they have left men on base every inning but 1.
Here's a changeup, and Ford was way out in front and missed.
Well, that was a good changeup. The other ones he was throwing.
They've had 9 men left already, so they've had chances.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. They've had their chances.
The White Sox have made 12 runs on 13 hits. There's a slow curve swung on. 2 strikes on the ball.
You think we got enough?
Let's get 1 more for the 13-run pullers.
Okay. We got 13 hits. Does that count?
Nope. 2 strikes on the ball. Now Baumgarten is ready. The delivery. Bouncing ball foul.
I hope everybody is enjoying their holiday, Harry.
Be careful, that's all I gotta say.
I hope you're getting the kind of weather we are out here. It's excellent.
You know, Danny Ford looks like that off-speed pitch might be his weakness.
I'll tell you one thing, he certainly has a stance that you think he could pitch to, but when he hit a home run the other night off of Palmer, he's just a good hitter.
2 strikes on the ball. Baumgarten ready. Now the delivery, here it is. Fastball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Every time Baumgarten tries to throw a fastball by somewhere, he'll get it over.
This game is 3 hours and 3 minutes old.
I'll give you a Cupid doll. You tell me how long last night's game was.
3 hours, 32 minutes.
You win a Cupid doll.
3 balls, 2 strikes. He just happened to walk in.
Boy, Dutchie's getting madder and madder. She's hungry. Oh, my. All the restaurants are closed. You got to drive 2 hours or an hour.
No, I'm staying over.
Oh.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Jammed him, and he fouled it off into the dugout.
Boy, he almost got Essian.
Early game tomorrow, on radio only tomorrow. Be on the air at, 3 o'clock Chicago game time. We'll be on about 2:35 with the pregame show. Chicago time. The pitch swung, ground ball to the right of Morris. A nice play. Long throw for the out.
Boy.
Hey, he really threw the heck out of that ball.
You know what? He threw it right away. Good play by Morrison on that play. Well, his ball's not hit awfully hard. Jams him. Now, you see the half swing. Now, watch the backhand, but he throws it right now.
Right overhanded.
Yeah, over the top and got him easy.
1 out.
I guess it's confidence he's got to get on that play.
Here's Freddie Lynn, 1 out of 3, drove in a run in the first inning. You know, Baumgarten had 2 out and nobody on in the first inning when Ford singled, Lynn doubled him in, and Baylor singled him in, and they haven't scored since. Now the pitch, a little bit inside and high.
When's the next telecast?
Next telecast is next Tuesday night from Oakland. 1 strike to nothing. Kansas City finally won that game over Minnesota 1-0. Here's the pitch inside and high.
What did George Brett crawl to the plate?
He probably went up on crutches.
Just
hit a home run and run.
I like the shot where he...
Then they had to get a designated runner to go around the base. Here's the pitch, foul back.
I like the shot where he hit that photographer in the head with the crutch.
2 strikes on the ball. 1 out. That was not in George's character, though. And he apologized the next day for it. 2 strikes on the ball, 1 out. I got it, I got it, I got it.
Oh, Rich King missed that ball.
That would have gone right into the radio booth. 2 strikes
Harry,
on Freddie Lynn.
Rich King gets fined $20 for blowing that ball. He didn't catch it.
1 away. Ball game in the 7th. Now Baumgarten is ready. Ground ball up the middle, a base hit. Lynn singles to center. And he's on. Baumgarten isn't exactly fooling him. That's the 10th hit in 7 innings. And he's also walked 4 or 5.
You know, Harry, this is one game that nobody wants to come out of that bullpen. You can't get a save.
He's walked 4, allowed 10 hits in 7 innings. Well, that's 14 men on base right there.
Fisk is out to the mound to talk to him again. I wish he'd tell him it's 3 hours old and we're leading by 10.
Here's Baylor now. Baylor is 1 out of 3. Tony Bono from Chicago.
Baylor has sent LaFleur twice right against the fence. One for a great catch, the other one for a little bit of a show, but the first one really he took it away from a home run when he jumped up against the fence and caught it.
Here's a pitch a little bit high and outside. Mike Bettini here from Chicago.
Coots is in left field.
1 out, 1 on. Baylor waiting. The delivery. High, ball 2.
With a day game tomorrow, you wonder if you might give a few guys a rest.
Hey, the season, they might have the rest of the year to rest with a strike. Let's play and win. You don't want to rest anybody now.
Did you hear what I said? I said with a 10-run lead, you might rest a couple of guys.
I thought you said tomorrow.
No. You see, you were reading that.
Nancy and Tommy Hurd are here from beautiful Homewood. There's a strike call.
Oh, boy. Al Clark behind that plate tonight has got everybody. Baylor is so big and so upset right now, he better walk away from me. Hurt him.
I wouldn't want to have down Baylor upset
I
at
don't
me.
like to breathe at me even. Look at the size of that man.
2 balls and a strike.
He's a fine gentleman, too, I'll tell you that. But nobody likes a ball that's a ball called a strike.
Here's the pitch. Popped it up on the infield. That ought to be easy. Squire's calling for it. At the mound, and he makes the catch, and he almost stumbled on the rubber.
Harry, one of the things that helped the the Cleveland Indians lose the pennant one year, remember the mound used to be high? Now watch how he's going up the hill. This is not a very high mound, but watch him stumble a little bit and have a little trouble with his footing. But years ago, it was higher, and first baseman used to fall over it and couldn't catch the ball.
All right, 2 gone. Ross Baumgarten looking for his 4th victory of the year. Now the signal given. The pitches in there are beauty.
You got the book on Baumgarten. How many runs did they get him this year? Remember last year was so bad. Now we've got him.
Well, he won the opener before 51,000 plus at Comiskey Park, 9-3. Then he was knocked out and got beat 9-4. Then he won 4-0, needing relief.
Yeah.
Then he lost 3-2, and then. There's a pitch lined into left field. A base hit for Downing. Now the ball gets away from Rusty Kuntz. Here's a run going to score. And it's 12-3.
Well, I'll tell you, Lynn is in tremendous pain running the bases. I can't understand why he's even playing in a ball game like this right now. Watch him. He is in awful pain. This is a pitch inside. Now watch him rip this ball. Kuntz has never played here before, and this is a very tricky outfield. There you see him running as the ball gets by Kuntz now. It circles around, and they're going to send him, and now it really hurts him as he's coming in to score this run.
For the White Sox, number 47, Rusty Kuntz.
Rusty Kuntz playing left field. Had trouble with that ball as it went around the wall. And we're going to have a new pitcher coming in. Looks like Dennis Lamp. Yeah, that's going to be all for Baumgarten. You know, he lost to Cleveland, giving up only 3 runs. Remember, that's the game that Charbonneau beat him with a home run. And then he had a shutout in his last start. So he has had pretty good support offensively this year.
He certainly has. Dennis Lamp, who has been a real good 3-inning pitcher. He doesn't overpower you. He'll keep the ball down, throw a lot of sliders and different motions. But I guess the secret to whatever success he has is turning it over and keeping it in the strike zone down. So far this year, he is 1-1 with a 3 ERA. This is his 9th game. He's pitched 18 innings, given up 16 hits. They've hit a couple of home runs off him. He has struck out 10 and won 8.
Now pitching for Chicago, number 53.
Baumgarten, to me, Harry, looked like he just had trouble with the strike zone. And then when he got in a jam, his breaking stuff, hard sliders got him out of it.
It looked to me like it was just a fortunate night for him. That's what it looked like to me. He had 12 runs. He's in constant trouble. I didn't think he had real good stuff at all tonight. And this is the way it goes. Some nights you don't have good stuff. But if you can hang in there until your team makes some runs for you, that's what happened here tonight. The White Sox got 12 runs. You have to be pretty bad to lose a 12-2 lead. But I'm glad he's out of there. We'd never get out of here.
Lamp came over in a trade for Ken Kravick. And Lamp, the last several years, has pitched over 200 innings. So like I said before, he's always around the plate. And the home run that Orta hit off him was a breaking ball that he really hit a mile. It wasn't one of these things that he just hung a little bit. It was a ball down because George Orta likes the ball down.
There's Bobby Grich now to face Dennis Lamp. Lamp can't even get a save in this ballgame.
Second baseman.
The lead is too big.
Grich.
Runner in scoring position, 2 out. Bobby Clark waiting on deck. Here's the pitch to Lamp. Right in there, a beauty of strike call. They got 10 hits in 6 2/3 innings of Baumgarten, who also walked 4, struck out 2. So they've had a lot of base runners. Half swing and he foul tipped, strike 2. In 7 innings, 14 base runners, and have only scored 3 of them.
Would you say he's a chip off the old-time pitcher that no relief?
Now Lamp is set. Just missed with his breaking ball. Lamp has had some real good outings. The only game he lost was on that home run by Orta in the top of the 16th after he had pitched 5 innings in relief. Bouncing ball off his foot. It's a foul ball. It rolled off Gritch's foot in the air to Dennis Lamp.
This ball sinks inside on him, and he hits it right off his left foot.
Radio only tomorrow. We'll be with you at 2:25 Chicago time.
Grish just asked for his protector. I'd say it's a little late with a score at 12-3. Maybe he figures that everything's happening tonight. He doesn't want to have it happen to him. Nothing like having an old barn dance down by 9.
Now Lamp is ready. Just missed with the breaking ball. That evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lamp is making his 9th appearance. He's won 1, he's lost 1 for the White Sox. Everything has been in relief. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The delivery. Slung, and he foul tip. Many of the fans have headed for home. Good friend Tom Sullivan. With everybody leaving, he just came in. You've missed 3 hours and 17 minutes of thrill. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
There goes Miss Anaheim, Mary. She's leaving too.
Here's Lamp.
Don't touch that, it'll fall off.
Whoa, 3 and 2 on Bobby Gritch. He's nothing out of 2 today. Al Clark, the plate umpire. There's a hit. Into left field, another run is in. That 2 is charged to Baumgarten. Gritch singles to left. 12-4 now.
He gets hit off the fist on this ball, and then Kuntz has no chance. It sinks. Downing scores 12-4.
Bobby Clark is 1 out of 2. Walked out on strikes and singles.
Are you ready for this? Seattle leading 4-0 in the 8th. And Texas just got 4 in the 9th to tie it.
That Texas has been playing good ball.
So is Seattle.
1 strike and nothing. Yeah, but Texas has got a chance. Seattle doesn't. Texas right behind the White Sox. There's a tap right back to the mound. That'll be easy. Lamb throws out Clark. 2 runs scored on 3 hits. No errors, 1 left. At the end of 7, the White Sox 12, California 4. Caray back in Anaheim. We go now to the top of the 8th inning.
Center fielder.
12-4 in favor of the White Sox. Here's Chubb Lemon, who got an infield hit in the 7th. Freddie Patek is now playing second base. Place of Bobby Gritch.
I always like to be paying that payroll, Harry. Patek, it's got to be making about $350.
Here's a curveball inside and high. Ball 1.
Campanera is sitting down on the bench. One is 39, the other one is 37.
Who won't cane all those investments? The pitch. High. I thought Buzzy Bavasi didn't believe in spending money.
I don't know. I think Campanera's came before him. I don't know about Patek. He had something to do with him.
2 balls, no strikes. Time is called. The White Sox have scored 12 runs on 13 hits. California's made only 4 on 11 hits.
Tonight, while I'm watching television, I'm going to figure out how much money
Swung and missed.
these guys have probably gotten.
2 balls and a strike. Ball game in the top of the 8th. Another marathon affair. 3 hours and 21 minutes. We're only in the 8th inning. John D'Acquisto delivers. High. Ball 3. Steve Renko started. Jesse Jefferson relieved him. And then D'Acquisto relieves Jefferson. 3 balls and a strike. Foul ball back. Hey. Rolls down. Off the level here. Rolls down to the screen. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Chet Lemon. Bouncing ball. Hobson knocks it down, fumbles it, goes to his knees, can't make a play. An error on Hobson. That's their 3rd error tonight.
This ball is hit rather sharp, but a ball you should handle. He got his front foot in front of him instead of getting himself braced and kicked the ball out of his glove.
12-4 White Sox.
They may break all records for errors. They now have 48, and they're leading the league.
They have 49 now. They have 3 tonight. Bernazard going for a 5 out of 5.
I want you to read that.
Runner at first. Fouled it out of play, strike 2. Well, the Yankees running a little trouble with their pitching staff. Tommy John has a strain in the lower back, and Rich Gossage is sprain in the middle back. 2 strikes and nothing.
You didn't read all that.
That's all you need, Reed.
Okay. Can I read that?
Too much there. It doesn't say anything. A lot of words don't mean anything.
Oh, okay.
Except they both might have pitched tonight. 2 strikes and nothing. Fouled it out of play. Bernazard trying for 5 out of 5. The outfield straight away. Little Tony Bernazard has raised his average to .317 with 4 out of 4 tonight. There's a fly ball going to be caught. Clark backs up, grabs it.
Boy,
It was hit hard.
I want to see him get 5 for 5. What a feeling that is, Harry. That's like a week's work.
Here's Morrison. He's hitless. Nothing out of 2. I'm amazed with 12 runs in 7 innings. Some of our guys are just coming up for the 5th time. White Sox batted around twice. Morrison the batter. 12-4 is the score. About a half of the crowd is still here. The rest have gone home.
5 years ago.
How about panning the stands, Dick? Might be an interesting picture, especially out in the outfield. There's a ground ball up the middle. Stepping on second for 1, throwing to first for 2, Freddie Patek. Morrison bounced into a double play. Patek unassisted at second, and over to Caray. No runs, no hits, 1 error, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 12-4, White Sox. Caray and Jimmy Piersall We have a lot of changes for the White Sox. Jim Essian now catching. Fryer now at second.
You got Nordhagen in left. Kuntz moves to center field.
There you see some of the empty seats. Those seats were all jammed earlier.
You know, Harry, the White Sox are doing things that we didn't do last year, getting hits in the double figures. On this road trip, we were 15, 11, 13, 13 again tonight. And that's what we didn't do last year. That's why you score runs.
Well, you didn't have the LaFleur's, Fisk, Lazinski, Bernazard, Almon. You're talking about practically a new ball club with those guys.
You know, when Gene Autry looks out at our club and he sees what Roland Heeman has put together for this year, for a heck of a lot less than he spent, he's got to really think somebody's wrong.
Here's Hobson. Well, you don't think LaFleur and Essian and Fisk and Lazinski came for peanuts, do you?
No, I'll go along with you there, but when you compare to the salaries for guys like Lynn, for a guy like,
hey, the umpire Clark got hit, and he's hurting.
in their arm, I think.
A pitch got away from Essian and hit Al Clark.
Oh, hit him right in the left elbow. Oh, that hurts. See, that's what happens when you're umpiring behind like that. If you don't get your arm behind you, you get hit.
Al Clark in pain. There's the Angels trainer working on him.
The White Sox got behind in the first inning. They got a run, then California got two. Then we came back and got 2 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th, 5 in the 7th.
Rick Smith is the trainer there. We're working on Al Clark. 12-4, the White Sox are leading. The ball game 3.5 hours old. Okay, Clark is all right.
Boy, that makes you sick to your stomach when that ball hits you around that area.
Butch Hobson going for a 4 out of 4 night. Fryer's at second base.
I'll tell you, Coach, I'm still for the balloon.
The what?
The balloon in front of those umpires. It protects them, and also they cover the plate better.
Here's Hobson. A ball and a strike. He got hit with a foul tip from Hobson's bat. Half swing and he fouls it back. Two strikes and the ball. A lopsided ball game with the White Sox in front. 12-4. Low and outside.
16 runs, and there's not been a home run hit tonight. The closest one, LaFleur made a great catch on Baylor.
2-2 pitch. High pump foul out of play into the stand. A souvenir. Well, I could use a cold Budweiser right now. Two balls, 2 strikes. Dennis Lamb. There's a smash off Almon's glove. It'll probably be a hit. A low line drive. Almon tried to backhand it on the pickup. That gives Hobson 4 out of 4. It's an infield hit. Here's Caray. Nothing out of 3. Now here's a great hitter and a great ball player, but he's strictly a singles hitter. Swings and he misses.
And if you check his record, not much of an RBI man. Of course, he always hit around first or second, but
He's on base for other guys to drive in.
And he never was a good defensive second baseman, but when he got moved over to first, he was better.
Here's a pitch a little low and outside. A ball and a strike. Bottom of the 8th, 12-4 White Sox. Dennis Lamb's pitch. Wide.
His last time up, he did Baumgarten a favor. With the bases loaded, he swung at 3 straight pitches that were out of the strike zone and struck out.
2 balls and a strike. Now the pitch. Swung on a bouncing ball to Squires. To second for 1. Return, no return throw to first. Merely a force out. From Squires to Almon.
I don't know why Almon didn't throw on unless the pitcher didn't get over there or something.
Maybe a Hobson got in his way. Can we see that play again? Haven't seen a replay for an hour.
Dick, don't pay attention. Here it is.
There you are.
Now, a good play by Squires. He has to go off the bag. He throws quickly. Right here, I don't know why, he stepped on the bag funny. There was nothing, or there must be somebody covering first because he got the ball in plenty of time.
There's Burleson. He's 0 for 4.
You don't want to step in the middle of that bag. You want to drag your foot across that bag.
There's a breaking ball for a strike call. Burleson in the hole now.
Boy, when you get Carew 0 for 4, you've had a pretty good night.
A little bit inside. He was only 1 for 4 last night. So when you can hold him to 1 out of 8.
Burleson, his last time up, with a 2-0 count and the bases loaded, got hit right in the fist and broke his bat in half. Hit a little pop fly to short.
Low outside. Good saving there by Essian. Jim Essian behind the plate. Pryor now at second. Wayne Nordhagen in left. Rusty Kuntz in center. Baines still in right. Ground ball to Sharp. Out to second. Bad throw to first by Pryor. They could have had a double play. Almon had a little trouble getting the ball out of his glove. The ball was really hit hard.
Almon the last few nights has been a little unsure in some plays. Watch this ball now. He doesn't get rid of it right away. He gets up in the webbing of his glove. Now Pryor doesn't come across the bag. If he comes across the bag, he might have some more on it. But he stayed right behind the bag, and you're not going to throw anybody out that way.
Pryor can't make the double play.
Well, he's also a little afraid of that runner.
2 men are out. There's a smash. A base hit by Danny Ford. Ford lines a single to right. That's his second hit of the ball game. He also had 2 last night.
Boy, Harry, this ball game's all tied up. We each got 13 hits apiece.
Well, we got a wire here. The guy says from Washington, Iowa. He says, enjoying the game. Check your scorecard. We scored 5 in the 5th.
No.
We scored 4 in the 5th and 5 in the 7th.
You wasted your telegram, pal.
Yeah, so I'd suggest you correct your scorecard.
Yeah. Got a lot of nerve questioning my boss.
Freddie Lynn up there. A ball and a strike.
What town is that, Harry?
Washington, Iowa.
Is it cold there?
No. Midwest America. There's a pitch low. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Burleson at second. Ford at first. Ground ball to deep short. Tough play. Hey, makes it beautifully. Almon went to his right. Came up with a tough chance. Fired to second for the force play. And it is no runs. 2 hits. No errors. 2 left. At the end of 8. The White Sox 12, California 4. Ball cap. If you come to the ballpark Sunday, June the 21st, you'll get one free. And anybody who comes to the ballpark on that day, whether you be young or whether you be old, doesn't make any difference. Boy or girl, man or woman, you'll receive a White Sox cap free, one that looks just like this, compliments of Coca-Cola and the White Sox. That's Sunday, June 21st at 1:15. Hope you'll be there. We go into the 9th. Here's Bill Almon. He's 2 out of 3 with 3 runs batted in. Boy, he's got 16 ribbies, Jimmy.
And good big ones, too, in real good spots. He hasn't just picked them up when the scorer is way out in front.
Yeah.
So.
He's got the game-winning hits so far tonight. Here's a pitch foul back. It was his base hit in the 4th that gave the White Sox, brought him from being behind 2-1 to going ahead 3-2. Then they added 4 in the 5th and 5 in the 7th. Each team with 13 hits, but the White Sox have scored 12 runs. Line drive in a left center field, another hit. Almon singles to left center. He's 3 out of 4.
Boy, Harry, he's got 45 hits.
Center fielder.
Jimmy, he's got a shortstop. He's driven in 16 runs. He's got 45 hits. He's hitting over 330. He has scored 22 times. He ought to renegotiate his contract.
How about the double play combination with 7 hits tonight?
Too bad. Here's Rusty Coons.
And I would say they're the lowest paid double play combination in baseball.
Not for long, though, Jimmy. LaFleur, while he was in there, drove in a run, scored 2, and stole a base. Rusty Coons takes a strike call. Boy, this kid could just hit a little bit. He's hitting .258, no homers, no RBIs. Good man to have around. Now the pitch. Strike on the outside corner.
The best thing about it, he can play any field and play it well. Some guys can only play one field. He's the best defensive outfielder we got on the club. But Baines is getting better and getting close, too.
The pitch. Swings and a bouncing foul. Now there's a case where D'Acquisto hung the breaking ball over the inside part of the plate. But Rusty just couldn't get it.
Until I see Rusty play 40 games in a row, I can't say too much about his hitting because coming off that bench, I know it's awful tough.
There's a pitch. There's a base hit. A shot in the left field. Coons is on there. And Almon advances to second base. What are they booing about? I think.
Oh, they're booing the ushers.
Squires.
I don't know why they're booing the ushers. The ushers look better to me than their ball club.
Well, I think they've taken the young man off who got the ball off the field.
Here's Squires, runners at first and second.
Mike is 1 for 3, believe it or not. He's got a sacrifice and a walk and 1 hit.
Now the pitch. Swings a bouncing ball over the pitcher's head. He may beat it out, and he does. Patek cannot come up with it. A base hit. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. And the White Sox already leading 12-4.
Here you see now it's a hopper over the pitcher's head. He started in and never could get back. Now watch Patek try to come up with it. He can't get it. Essian now is going to hit it on deck. Bobby Molinaro is going to pinch hit for Lazinski.
Essian hitting .222 with no homers. 2 RBIs, comes up with the bases loaded. When Fisk was out of action, Essian did a magnificent job behind the plate for the White Sox. He's part of one of the best catching staffs in baseball. Here's a curveball high with Fisk, the number 1, and Essian, number 2. And Mark Hill, the number 3, doesn't disgrace you either. 3 hits in this inning.
In the exhibition game the other night, Essian hit a home run. Edmonton.
Now the pitch. High ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, bases loaded, nobody out. White Sox with 16 hits. Jim Fragosi's got to feel the pits tonight. Swung, and he fouled it off.
I think the errors, Harry, making 3 errors last night and 3 more errors tonight, that's really got to bother him.
Bases loaded, nobody out. He's got so many former Major League managers all around him, too. There's a look into the White Sox dugout. Fouled it back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, nobody out. They bunch Essian towards center. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled it back, had a good cut.
Boy, his bat flew out of his hand. It kind of makes you wonder how that happens. With gloves on each hand, pine tar and rosin, and it still gets out of your hand.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
I got to believe he's holding the bat in his fingers.
Remember, tomorrow we'll be on radio only on Sports Radio 78. Our next telecast next Tuesday night from Oakland at 9:30. Ball 3 inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
You know there's nobody out.
And the bases are loaded.
We may go for the triple batting around crown.
Here's the pitch. Fouls it off again. He's fouling off the good ones, taking the bad ones. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jim Essian. Bases loaded, nobody out. 12-4, the White Sox leading. Now the pitch. Fouled it back again.
Boy, I thought he had a home run swing at that ball.
They hear from Gary. Let's see, Gary and Pat Vogel from Chicago on vacation.
There you see Bill Almon down at third base.
The pitch. Line drive, right center base hit. 1 run in. 2 runs are in. Here's another man around third, racing for the plate. 3 more runs score as Essian unloads the bases with a 3-run double.
You know why he got that hit? He was swinging good at every pitch. He had not fooled him at all. Even all those pitches he fouled off. Here you see it now. He goes right into the gap in right center, and watch when it hits. It just carries right to the wall, and everybody scores. And Essian goes into second as Coote scores.
Jim Fragosi comes out. It's now 15-4 in favor of the White Sox. Boy, Fragosi's such a wonderful guy. You hate to see anybody have to endure an evening like this. But that's baseball.
The last 2 nights, a ball club can get a manager fired. And I guess it's going to be Sanchez. Luis. He's 6'2", 170 pounds. This young man came in last night and had a trick play up his mind. He threw the ball on the pickoff play with nobody covering, but I was told that Burleson put that play on and then changed his mind. But they say you should turn around, and if you don't see the guy break it, don't throw it. But he threw it anyways, and that cost a couple of runs. Also a couple of errors on the play. He's from Venezuela.
All right, here he comes. Sanchez will take his practice time.
He's 0-2, making his 13th appearance with an ERA of 3.38. He's got 2 saves. This ball club only has 8 saves total. He's pitched 24 innings. Last year he was at Veracruz with a good record of 14-9 and an ERA of 2.03. He then went to Salt Lake City. So he threw pretty hard. The stuff I saw him use last night was nothing but hard stuff and hard sliders. He's got a long pair of arms, Coach. And he comes in right now with the White Sox doing nothing but hitting the ball all over the place.
15-4 is the score. The White Sox with 17 hits. Bobby Molinaro is going to hit for Lazinski. The Bull drove in 2 runs. He had 1 out of 3.
You know, you haven't heard much from Molinaro of late, but believe me, the first 20-something games, he did a lot to help us. Bases on balls.
Molinaro hitting .375, no homers and 4 RBIs, and has 2 game-winning hits.
And when they say, what do you mean by base on balls? He started innings off that we needed to get somebody on base.
Bobby Molinaro getting a turn at bat. Runner at second, nobody out. The pitch. Popped it up on the first pitch. Here's Hobson under the ball. Makes the catch. So Molinaro fouls out. Here's Baines. Baines doubled in 2 runs in that big 5th inning. He's 1 out of 5 so far tonight. 15-4. The White Sox way out in front. The curveball a little bit high.
Well, everybody got a hit but Morrison.
He's the only one in the starting lineup who didn't hit. Curveball into the dirt.
You know, you look up on the board and there's 30 hits and you don't have 1. That really hurts.
Brian Downing still behind the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Harold Baines with 1 out of 5. The big hitters, the Keystone combination. Bernazar, 4 out of 5, and Almon, 3 out of 4.
We ought to go right into that game tomorrow, right after this one.
There's a pitch swung on. Lined into center field. Lynn makes a sensational diving catch. Holy cow. What a magnificent play. He's hobbling around, but what a pro and what a thoroughbred he is.
This ball is really hit hard like Baines has been hitting this whole trip. And it's hooking away. Now watch. He reaches as far as he can go, but he catches the ball before he falls. And he gets up in a hurry. It looked like he hurt himself, but he's all right.
There's Nordhagen now. Batting in Lemon's spot in the batting order. Hitting for the first time. He's batting .319 for the year. There's the pitch, a breaking ball, low and outside, ball 1.
Who's the pitchers tomorrow, Coach?
Steve Trout and Jeff Zahn. A battle of left-handers. We'll be with you at 2:25 exclusively on radio tomorrow. Our next telecast next Tuesday night at 9:30 here on Channel 9. Tomorrow, Channel 9 will bring you the Cubs game.
Boy, look at the fans here from Chicago. Get them on the behind the first base dugout, all those fans.
There's the pitch low and outside. 3 balls, no strikes.
There you see all those fans from Chicago, boy.
Now the delivery, here it is. Right down the middle of fastball. 3 balls and a strike. Man, oh man, have we had base runners. We had 5 men bat in the first, 4 in the second, went out in order in the third. I wonder what was wrong. There's a broken bat ground ball to the pitcher. He's got it. Over to first for the out. So the White Sox pick up 3 more runs. 4 hits. No errors. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 9th, mercifully, with the score White Sox 15, California 4. Caray with Jimmy Piersall back at Anaheim as we go down to the bottom of the 9th. White Sox will be keeping pace with Oakland, which won its game in 15 innings, 3-2 today. The White Sox still will be 1 game on the loss side ahead of Oakland, 2.5 games behind in the standings. Here now is Don Baylor. First pitch in there, a strike call. Dennis Lamb will not get a save, but he is finishing up this ball game as a ground ball foul.
How about the job Hoyt did last night? He got nothing out of that.
D'Acquisto in 3 1/3 innings allowed 9 hits and 8 runs.
I said his ERA will be all right, Harry.
Baylor hits one foul.
He started with his ERA 8.44. Now at the 100. Poor guy. That's terrible. Poor guy.
Those guys stay in the big league.
How did they get here? Some of them.
Now the pitch swung on, ground ball foul. 2 strikes and the ball. Don Baylor is 1 out of 4. He drove in a run that gave them a lead. They led 2-1 going into the 4th. And then Bill Almon came through with a bases loaded single to the left and put the White Sox ahead 3-2. And they have just kept adding since. So Bill Almon will get his first game-winning hit. Because his was the hit. There's a base hit up the middle. Baylor singles the center.
Harry, if I was a general manager and I put together this pitching staff, AC, who's never been a winner, D'Acquisto, who's never been a winner, Forsch, who's never been a winner, Hassler's never been a winner, Jefferson, who's never been a winner, Renko, who's been a fair pitcher, Sanchez, who's never been here, Travers, who's had an arm operation, Witt, who I don't even know, and Zahn, who's been just a so-so pitcher, and I've got 40,000 people, or 30,000 average coming into the ballpark. I ought to be ashamed of myself.
Now the stretch. The pitch to Downing is low and away. Downing is a perfect day. He singled and he doubled and he walked twice. 2 out of 2. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a half swing, a little dribbler. It's going to be a fair ball. And foul ball, they roll. Foul ball. It dribbled off into foul territory, and Downing will return to the plate.
Here you see kind of a half swing. Now watch him charge up the line. The umpire behind the plate calls this ball.
Yeah, he fielded on the other side of the line.
The umpire at third does not call that ball until he gets by the bag.
Runner at first. A ball and a strike on Downing. We're in the 9th.
Clark would love to get out of this ballpark. The umpire behind the plate. It's been a long night for him.
There's a bouncing ball foul again. 2 strikes and a ball. You know, Jimmy, what you're talking about, it's so rational. Because if you're going to put $20 to $30 million into ball players without even helping your pitching staff, you're just pouring that money down the drain.
Oh, boy. They've been kidding old Gene for years.
He fouls the pitch off to the left. 2 strikes and a ball. Runner at first, nobody out. We're in the 9th. Downing has raised his average to 284. Look at that batting style. Double play ball to short. Ooh, out of second. Almon juggling the ball, pounds his fist into his glove. He just didn't feel the ball cleanly. He juggled it, lost his double play, got the force out.
Almon's had a lot of trouble in the last few ball games. And look at that. He's very unsure of himself. Let the ball play him, and he let it get back under his legs. He's got to feel that ball out in front moving.
1 out. Here's Freddie Patek now. Patek hitting 167. He's 2 out of 12. Veteran shortstop, 5'4". Swings and he missed. Boy, what a difference. This guy capitalized on being 5'4". We had Harry Chappers, who couldn't tolerate the fact that he was only 5'4". So Patek, there's a smash up the middle, base hit. Runners at first and second. So Patek is still in the big leagues, making a couple of $100,000 a year.
I felt so sorry for Harry because he couldn't tolerate anything. He didn't want anybody to tell him anything. He didn't want anybody to show him anything.
And Champas is still down in the minor league.
He's with Denver now.
This is WGN Television 9 Chicago, America's #1 sports station. There's a bouncing ball. Almon out at second, over to first, out at first, and the ball game is over. And the Sox win it, 15-4. We'll be back with the totals in a moment.
Here are the totals for tonight's game.